Welcome to PLD Projects, and now your host, PLD.
I love it. I'm hiring you under full-time basis.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need to use that for all.
I want to clip that out at some point. And just
You can't clip it out
Honestly,
yet.
that was actually creepy as fuck.
I'll give it to you. Don't listen to that guy down there.
Don't listen to him. It was
It
awful.
sounds like you smoke. It sounds like you smoke a bit. Joe.
No, I don't smoke at all.
Yeah, neither do I.
Not at all.
Wait, I haven't smoked cigarettes like 9 years.
I've smoked cigarettes in almost 20. Well, maybe it's almost 20 years. Maybe college I did a lot, but either way, it's me. It's PLD. Welcome.
So
to PLD
you haven't
Projects.
smoked since you were 50. Okay.
You shut the fuck up. PLD Projects here. We got some great panelists on the show tonight where we're going to talk shit and talk about anything that comes up. This is, if you've never been to one of these live hangs before, you never know what's going to happen. I actually had to privatize the last one, had to go on private because Dwayne, to protect the innocent, Dwayne Burke, and Kelsey a little bit.
No,
That's true.
those two words don't belong in the same sentence. Let's be honest. This is nothing against Dwayne, but innocent and Dwayne Burke are
I don't think
not-
anybody needs to
not
protect
it.
Dwayne Burke. If you watch Ask Gucci, you would know.
Hold up. Has anybody sent Dwayne the link?
I said it on Twitter. If anybody wants to show up, they can let me know, and I will definitely come hang out and join them. So I don't know. We'll have to find out. I know Sugar. I invited Sugar. Sugar is not feeling very well, so he can't make it out.
Well, his power went out a couple hours ago.
I did hear that as well.
Oh, and he lives in California. That can't be good.
Man,
Most likely it was from the heat.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
heat made it melt.
it was like 110 or something like that this
Yeah.
week or something like that. That's fucking ridiculous.
I'm like, hey, that's my life the last 3 months.
That's not a place where I don't want to live anywhere where the weather actually actively tries to kill you.
Yeah, that's very true.
Why do you think I only
way
go
on Earth.
outside unless I absolutely have to? I've been in my house for like weeks on end. Like I'll go out every so often just to see the outside world. But
I
I'm
mean,
inside the-
that's basic quarantine like etiquette. Just
I know, but I do that
people are
every
doing.
summer. I do that
But you
every
ju-
summer.
but you do it
Me
because
too.
you have AC.
Yeah, I have central air. I don't leave my house unless somebody.
Well,
forces
I
me.
also have AC here, but that's because it's 45 minutes away.
I
way
can't
I
imagine anyone living without AC. When I heard Bateman say, "Oh, I don't have AC," I'm like,
Yeah,
how
in LA.
do
How?
you-
How the fuck do you get away with that?
I was about to
Wow.
buy him an air conditioner.
Hey, Mike, welcome to the stream. And of course, Philippe, we love having you here. He was gone. He was gone from the general shop for a couple of weeks, and man, I gotta say,
Yeah, it was
I
quiet.
missed him. I missed him. I was quiet. I missed him.
Yeah, I really missed the.
You know
the
when you
Twitter
noticed that he was
sesh.
gone is when there was like 4-hour bricks of nobody saying anything.
That's true.
The
You
night
were-
shift.
Night shift is. It was
Yeah,
a bit
he wasn't there.
quieter without him. But let me introduce everybody. If you don't know, if you've been here before or haven't been here before, you probably know all these people because most of the Action Army is going to watch my show anyway. But on my right, see, I got it right twice.
There you go.
That's good.
Chill out. Oh, I don't know.
The one, the only, well, the ladies first, the lovely, the talented Miss Kelsey, who I've just been on a stream with for 3 hours anyway. And we're just going to keep it going because we got
We can
stamina,
spend a whole
baby.
day together.
We got stamina, baby. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
we said we weren't doing that fucking 3 hour shit.
Dude, you guys got close. I was like,
That
20
stream
minutes. Come
took
on, let's
Blue
go.
Chew.
Come on, let's go.
I cut it off specifically just to spite that at that point. I was like, I'm not. I said not 3 hours. We're not going to goddamn do.
You shouldn't
2
cut it
hours.
off for spite.
Only reason I said that is mainly for Paul and Alex. When you two, when you just talk and argue, it's some of the best stuff I've ever seen because you're both so passionate. It's so great.
Passionate. That's the way to
Alex
describe
has a lot of hot takes. I'm not going to lie. Alex is wrong a lot, and it's okay.
Isn't that every take she has though?
That's pretty much. That's what I've been trying to say for the last like 10 years.
Damn,
Well, 5
bud.
years, maybe 5 years, but yeah, you're lucky she's not on here. She'd definitely be giving you some big time.
Listen, man, I don't know about this blaming women for things stuff. It's I'm out. I don't know.
Well, actually, I have to say thank you to Alex because due to Alex, I will be having another podcast lasting in probably about a week or two that I think
Nice.
everyone's gonna like.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to announce it?
I have to talk to the other people on there, but we did film the first one here on Saturday. I think I told Paul
You
and
have a lot
Jake
of
about
bass.
it.
Is this the one that you messaged me and asked me a question?
No,
about?
no,
Or
no.
separate?
That
Separate?
okay. That one I'm still working on. This one I'll say is Schmodown related, but it's not
Nice.
like the other Schmodown shows though.
It's a different Schmodown show.
Yes.
This isn't your father's Schmodown show.
This is not. No.
Like Schmo
no.
Jason.
So on your
Jason.
hat into the ring. I like it. Your hat into the ring. I mean,
For right now, we are doing everything pre-recorded until we can actually hopefully get some subscribers.
okay.
I'm hoping to have a video actually like a little sneak peek here posted this week actually.
This could be on your channel.
No, we actually created a brand new one.
Oh, brand new channel.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, just let us know and we'll all subscribe.
Absolutely, 110%. I want to know all about it.
You don't speak for me. I'm not going to subscribe to that shit.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking subscribe.
Jake, I don't
You're
think you
gonna fucking
even
like it.
subscribe to my actual channel.
That might be true. Jake,
I don't think
Jake-
Jake's ever
Jake-
subscribed to T2A.
Jake only comes onto your channel to
Dude.
dislike the videos.
Dude,
It's all good for the algorithm.
That's why Jake's online.
I'm the one who like hits like before you even go fucking live.
Live,
Don't
yeah.
give me that shit.
That's because you don't want to watch him. That's all you want to get.
No, it's
like
probably
with
because
me.
he's on his 6 million other streams being a moderator.
That could be true too.
Yeah, I try to watch all the shows. I at least try to go in and hit like because it's not easy with a 4-year-old child to always sit down and watch anything.
Of course.
It's
I
a little
remember
difficult
those
at
days.
times.
I remember those days. I haven't even introduced everybody yet. We're still here. We are 6 minutes in. Let's introduce Buck. Brandon Buckingham. We just had talking to you about your channel and your new channel, which I'm more and more interested in. Of course, you and the person next to Kelsey there, Quiz Show. How are you doing, Quiz?
I am doing great. It is 3:12 in the morning.
And here you are. You're sober
is.
on this
Fine.
channel. I think it's the first time you've appeared on my channel sober now.
This is probably the first time I've been on your channel sober. That's correct.
I'm actually
Oh,
Is that can they continue or is that going to
No.
change while you're?
We're supposed to be sober.
No, you're
The
not supposed to be.
I just
I
grabbed
was-
a drink because I'm ready.
Well, no, it's I'm not going to start drinking right now. I'm dedicating my drinking to only Friday night, where I'm going to be seeing some people that night, and I'm trying to make sure I don't have too much alcohol during the week. Trying to be a little healthy.
I will drink for you, so it's okay.
Yeah, can make us drink for you. So.
Dean, I have nothing against Whataburger. I have an issue with people hyping it. That
You
is the best.
motherfucker.
That is the best thing since sliced bread. I think it's good. It's not what everyone hypes it up to be. I enjoy it, but because the Addams brothers and Jake make it be like it's the best fast food place of all time is the issue I have. And so
Look, it's a nostalgia thing because when I went to college in Texas, that was where I went every
yeah, because
fucking
there's
night.
one every quarter
comfort food.
mile. They're
Yeah, but Disney makes
everywhere.
live action versions of their old films as a nostalgia thing too, and that's not great.
That's true. He's got you.
Nobody
Well,
was
my kid
talking
loves
to
them.
you, Jeff.
Jake. You know,
Any chain is not
how
that
many
great.
Jake's at least 12 beers in because at least that's every time you call him out on something and he does no response, he just goes to attack mode. no rational.
Oh,
response.
no, I'm good, man. I love everybody here.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all love,
And he just
It's
said
all
that.
it's just to varying
except for
degrees.
Buck. Fuck Buck.
Fuck. All right. But you know what? I got to
Do you know how many
My
times
name is
I heard
Buck.
that?
You know,
You know how many times I heard that phrase growing up?
fuck
Fuck,
Buck?
fuck.
Dude,
Too many?
as soon as I hit 6th grade,
well,
that was
you've seen
that
Kill
was-
Bill.
Yeah.
that was the joke.
Fuck. He likes to fuck.
The best was the edited version for TV. They're like, my name is Book, and I like to party.
Yeah, certain
up there.
movies I can't watch on like normal cable.
That's
I'm
No,
like-
right
it's
up
so
there.
much better to watch them after you've already seen them and just pick
Yeah,
out all
yeah.
those things.
because
It's
the audio is
so
so
great.
much different. You're like, yeah, that's not.
Like,
That
I
is
want to see
right up there.
Boondock Saints on TV because I want to see how they edit out all of those F words. Like, I don't know if they could actually show that movie on television.
Like
Look how happy
yippee-ki-yay,
Jake is
Mr.
right
Falcon.
now.
Very excited. I will say that's right up there with Die Hard 2 they showed live and they
Yeah,
changed the
yippee-ki-yay,
Mr.
Mr. Falcon. or I'm sick and tired of these monkey fighting. These monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Yeah, and it's great because every channel does it differently, so you could really get an assortment of them. Back in the day,
Well,
there was
now-
only one edited version, and it showed on
I'm-
regular TV during the day.
I'm just so glad that Boondock Saints got brought up.
And you didn't do
Fuck
it.
all
Hey,
of
you
y'all.
didn't do it. That's fine. Speaking of that, Boondock
Hey,
Saints show.
quiz show. You got something to say there, Jeff?
Suck a dick, Jake.
There you go.
How you doing, Joseph?
No,
Joe,
all
it's like
right.
more than promise. I'm so happy to
You
have you. on.
motherfucker.
How's it going, Paul?
It's going well, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Had a good day. Just finished watching The Mask on my projector screen outside not too long ago. You know,
Oh, nice. I did that tonight too. Actually, I was watching Inglorious Bastards. We had a big private, like, social distancing barbecue between like 3 couples. That was like my wife and myself and 3 other couples, and then we just sat all different parts. My friend put his big screen up. We had like pulled pork and ribs.
yeah,
and so
made pulled pork empanadas.
stuff.
They were pretty good.
We sat down watching Glorious Bastards because we wanted to get my wife to, because she watched it before and didn't like it. So everybody's like, "You have to watch it again. You have to watch it again." And I watched it again, and she still hates it.
Just tell her Sam Levine was very upset with her.
I'm gonna tell her that. I kept her. That's Sam fucking Levine. You gotta like it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There you go, Danny. I'm sure you're too fucking tired of yesterday. You've been on stream a lot lately. Happy birthday, late,
Happy
of course.
birthday.
Yeah, he's
Happy
had a
belated birthday, brother.
Love Danny.
a lot of busy couple days there.
You missed the best part, Paul.
Oh, yeah, I didn't miss that on purpose. I mean, I definitely didn't.
Thank you, Danny.
Fuck
Danny's
you,
got
Danny.
taste.
Fuck you, Danny.
It's definitely not Paul, and it's definitely not Jake. I can tell you that.
What the fuck?
Motherfucker. And just to bring this back, I brought it up earlier. It's true. I don't know, man. But at least you're here to tell us we need Jesus if it does go down that road.
I am here, so we will
Jugger
see.
Bear.
If we start talking about Smallville, we may have issues.
Oh, God. I don't know if I have that. What do I have? The waterfall.
I put it on there, Paul.
There you go. There
Put
you
it
go.
on there.
There's the
I'm
water.
ready.
Yeah.
That's Kelsey right there. And of course, last but certainly least, I couldn't even say it. My brother Jake. How are you, my friend?
I
Man,
can't do it.
Shut the fuck up, Paul.
Kelsey's
That's-
going full
That's
PLC.
really
chasing
all I gotta
waterfalls.
say to you. Just shut the
Okay.
fuck up, Paul.
Fair enough.
I actually have to change my my
Diaper?
Bluetooth earpiece. It says battery's dying.
That's what I was gonna
So-
say.
As long as you're not changing your pants, we're not having the show on the PLD projects. That's a good.
Then the stream is definitely not gonna.
And there we go. With that.
You're like, I'm not
Wow.
even risking it. Let's think
Good
about it.
save, Paul. Good save.
That was a lot of- Wait a second.
Crack is whack.
All right, we're good. We're good now. All right. Crack is whack. One thing I want to talk about, I'm sure we'll talk about the Schmodown since all of us love the Schmodown. I want to give shout out to you and Buck and Quiz Show. Your show, your reactions, your play alongs have been very fun to watch. I usually can't watch them live because I'm usually doing one my own or doing a C2A thing. But it's been a good seeing you guys get up there. I mean, Christian was retweeting you guys and everything else the other day, and
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take a little bit of credit of this, Buck. I'm gonna take a little bit of credit for this.
Yeah, I was about to say you were the one that suggested that I reach out to Quiz Show. And I'm so glad you did because my streams are they're so much better now because let's be honest, general movie trivia, like singles and teams, I get like 3 or 4 points. No one wants to watch that.
No, I'd rather watch that. Watching Chris show is aggravating because you're like, fuck, how does he know all this shit? Fuck that guy.
No, it's better watching.
Go take care of your child, Joseph.
He's
He's
the
sleeping.
Google
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. If my child was up, that would be a problem.
The truth is, though, honestly, I told Buck too. Wow.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Did
Wow.
you just crap
I
your
can't
mouth?
even make those noises.
Wow. I bet Lex can make you make those noises. But anyway,
I hope not.
I
Demon
don't know.
Kelsey comes out like when it's that
Their
good.
Kryptonite Kelsey comes out.
It comes out. There you go. But I know I told Buck this when Buck was telling me before he wanted to get wanted to better his show in any way possible. And I told him this directly to his to his DM, not his face. We're not talking in person.
To
We're
his
social
face.
distancing.
He showed up at this house. He was
I
like,
did.
Directly
Look,
to-
fuck.
Yes. Paul walked all the way up from upstate New York to the surface of the sun, which is where I live, by the way. I don't live
I'd as
on
well
this
go
planet.
walking on the sun.
I said I'm not someone. I'm not a big reactor kind of guy.
Yeah,
That's why we changed C2A. We changed it to breakdowns because I don't like watching myself, like just watching and playing along. It's just not my thing for me to do. I also not hate watching, but I don't like watching one person do it either, though, because to me that's just nothing exciting about it. I love when at least two people do it. You get the back and forth, you get a repartee, and especially when you got you and somebody at Quiz Show who has a vast wealth of knowledge that I think he's going to be putting to the test on September 18th if he joins the general free-for-all that we're going to
Is that what it is?
For all
Wait,
the,
what? When?
Wait, what?
Has this been
Well,
announced?
no,
Yeah.
we changed the name.
The name.
That's it. We did have one, but we changed the name too.
My
My
question was: is it okay if I just come in and shit talk everybody and get everything wrong and then just leave the fucking stream?
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yes.
I as long as
Yeah.
I can play and get through a couple rounds at all, I'm
Full
I'm
Andrew
totally
guy.
fine.
There you go. September 18th is going to be the
Hey,
I might even play Dan Merle's music
It's
before
a
I come
Friday.
out.
Friday.
If Quiz Show wins this shit, I will
I won't.
fucking riot.
He
I'm
needs
not
to be
gonna
number
win.
one.
Okay, who's
Quiz
gonna
show
beat
number one.
him out of the generals?
Well,
Let's
first it
be
depends on
honest.
the questions, because if they have a round where just happens to be 500 geekdom questions, it's entirely
I'm-
possible that Quiz
That's
Show.
true.
Yeah, I
true.
don't anticipate
The
winning.
thing about the
because-
I
Schmodown
think it
is-
was the Paul
Yeah,
Preston.
Flip, it's the 18th.
September 18th.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
so I
Friday.
think it was
And
the
it is a Friday.
Preston zipper match. That round
did
two,
great that
Quiz Show did not do very well for Paul's
yeah,
round
I'm not
two.
I'm
I
not
did
great
it.
with
I-
Geekdom,
Nobody's perfect.
and he did. Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
has areas that
that-
they're not
Everyone's
as
got
good
their
in.
blind spots.
I know for a fact and it doesn't matter because even in areas where you're strong, there are still questions that you can get wrong. We've seen it time and time again. So
is
just
why-
because I happen to have answered some questions really well doesn't mean that I'm going to know every answer to every question. I don't anticipate winning. Maybe I'll do okay. Maybe I'll do really well. I'm not going to win, but otherwise, I just want to have fucking
It
fun.
should be fun. That's what we're going to do. All the generals should do it. We don't have a time yet. I don't think we had a time.
Also, I'll be drinking, so let's see
Alex,
how it goes.
Alex
But-
did a great job.
But this is why it's absolutely ridiculous to accuse players of throwing games when they have a bad match.
I agree.
I had to stare directly into the camera. For
Go ahead.
that.
No, we're not. No, let's not even talk about it. Last time we talked about that on our stream with Buck and me, I got real angry and started
'Cause
raising my
it's
voice too much.
stupid.
and
It is so.
I don't want to do that. All right, let's talk more.
Nobody who
positive
played
stuff.
high school
Wait,
football
we
could ever do
came
that.
up with a
One time.
different name
One time.
for it.
I
What's
know we
the
did.
name?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was.
It-
The last
it-
general standing.
That's it. Last general standing.
Last general standing. It's
It's
not.
plagiarizing.
We didn't want to step on any toes and say free for all.
Yeah.
So we came up with last general
Last
standing.
general standing.
And this is on the
It's gonna
C2A
be
channel.
C2A. It's gonna be C2A run, C2A hosted. I'm trying to decide myself. Alex has kind of asked me. I told her I'd tell her this week whether I'm going to actually participate or am I going to help host it.
Were you
I'm
a
gonna-
question writer, Paul?
I was not a question. I don't have access. to
Okay.
the document. I
I
don't-
just wanted to confirm because
No,
that
that
would definitely influence.
Oh, absolutely not. She's actually giving access to the other host this week because a lot of C2As are going to host. I'm not getting access until I make my decision. So if I make my decision to participate, I won't get access.
I was
Oh, God.
supposed to be a
I'm
question
gonna-
writer, but
I'm gonna
Alex vetoed all my
participate.
questions. So
Can I just
they're
be the
all
fan
5-point
cam?
victim? So
Sure.
I could just be the fan cam and just talk shit without even being in the match. 'Cause that'd be even better. I'd appreciate that.
I like that.
I'm gonna join in the first round. I'm gonna be in the first 5, and
You'll
I
be out in
know
the
I'm gonna be out in the first 5.
So you can just
So
moderate.
then after that, then I'll be able to help with all the behind the scenes. shit.
Moderating stuff.
Can I get 5 Boondock Saints questions? 'Cause then-
Bit of a shot.
we've tested
Oh.
that. So that won't help.
Doesn't help Jake. Doesn't help Jake anyway. You still got it wrong. Jake, who
Oh,
directed?
wait.
Who directed? Who
Hold
directed Going on Saints, Jake?
I don't
Troy
fucking
Duffy.
care.
It's so
All right,
easy.
so
He wrote
I
it,
gotta now
directed it.
watch every movie ever made in about 2 weeks. Let's do this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's possible.
And
Don't
also have
worry,
a
all my
deep-
birds of
and have
prey
a
questions
deep
got
bench
vetoed.
of
So I don't
not-
think they're
Party
showing.
J, wait, Party J is saying, how do we sign up? You're a general. You're already in it.
Just let us
Gotta
know.
tell us you want to play.
We probably will set up some kind of thing where we'll have an actual sign up. But as long as you let us know, that's the important thing. If we know you want to play, we'll keep you on and we'll keep some kind of spreadsheet of everybody. Just let us know in a DM somewhere so we can make sure we don't forget anybody's name or whatever. But yeah, so send a DM to me or to Alex or Kelsey or any of us really. We'll let you know about that. Definitely.
Hopefully, there's no match that day.
It'll be that night, I'm assuming.
Well, it's the 11th is Bateman and
Malcolm, you have to
Bro,
actually
no.
be a general.
yeah, it's a general at this point. Although I will say, I mean, since I'm on PLD products, I'll say maybe this is. I mean, I should talk to Alex. If we don't get enough, maybe we'll open it up.
To just
Maybe a
Action
little bit
Army.
to Action Army kind of thing. I know that was kind of mentioned at one point,
Or
Um,
every general could sponsor somebody to play for them.
or something like that. Could be something like that too. Possibly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because then I'm gonna just call up like Paul Preston or somebody.
There you
Listen,
go.
can represent me in this thing.
Yeah.
He's in our fantasy football league. I play.
Yeah, well, he's also on vacation, and He's
Yeah.
he's
I
unreal.
don't
Maybe
think
some
they're allowed
good
to.
food recommendations for Utah. So I'm very.
I swear, Jake has tabs on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Jake snuck trackers. Every time Jake meets somebody, he hugs them and
Little
just places a
blinking little
geotag
red
on them.
light or like a little chip injected into their shoulder.
That's why,
Why
in
would
the call
you tell
sign is
them
the word
that?
tab.
Oh,
That's
wait,
why
shit.
the tab
Sorry.
is in his call sign.
I mean, that's not true, guys.
Not true at all.
Bar tab. Call
You
sign
heard
bar
That's
tab.
not real.
You heard nothing.
This is not the Jake you're looking for.
Not Jake.
This is not the Jake you're looking for.
So, but anyway, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really getting into the side of it. I think that's, and one thing is definitely going to be how many. You know, it's a good question. How many players do we need? I don't know. I don't think we actually made a decision on how many we're going to go with. Did we? Did we actually say like how many? I think we're kind of like playing it by ear and
we
seeing
were
Alex
looking
kind
at
of handling this
like
logistics.
32, but
30, maybe on 30 or so. somewhere
I
around
don't
there.
know if we're gonna get that many, so we might.
Yeah, you
have to
gotta
go
get.
with,
You
like,
gotta see how many
24.
people actually.
Can we let
like,
Tom
say
Tom
who's gonna
Dagnito
do it.
play? Can we get
Because
Fitz?
you have less than 2 weeks until then, so you got to alert people in order to get that locked in before you can confirm the number.
That's
Yep.
what we're doing. We actually just locked that stuff down tonight in the after chat. That's why PLD products took a little long. So we'll talk about that part in the general chat tomorrow, or maybe even after tonight. And we'll do it if we get to it doing that. But yeah, I want to try to get as many people as we can. If we can get like 30, great. If we can get like 20, great. You know, let's see what happens. And if we want to decide at that point we want to open it up to the Action Army, we will and go from there.
Are they all surface level questions, or are we going like?
They're all like
We're
They're all
not
round one.
telling you
Here.
shit.
They're all round one-ish questions.
Around
I think.
one-ish.
That's what Alice was
Thanks,
saying.
Jake. Listen,
Apparently, I can't write a 1 point question, I'm told, so I didn't write any questions. Even though I wrote like 50.
Although, if I decide not to compete, I will be throwing an Ed Harris crew question in there, just so you know.
oh, gotta read his
I
IMDb.
appreciate
Yeah,
that,
so I
Doug.
think I
I'm
need
not gonna
to
watch any movies. I'm just gonna study IMDb.
Wow. That was
It means much. It means a lot. You're a sergeant. We're happy with every level of Patreon support in the action.
No, wait. Not if you throw your sword behind Jake and think he's gonna win.
I'm not saying he's making a smart choice. I appreciate
We
appreciate it.
appreciate the
you know the
blind
person
faith.
who thinks Jake's not gonna win the most?
Who's that?
Jake.
Jake. Jake can't even get mad at that. I don't think Jake can't even get mad at that because he's like, I know I'm gonna lose. I don't know. I keep thinking about maybe I want to compete or not. I kind of partially do, but I
I
don't
think
know.
you should.
Part of it's just host. I like to host.
Yeah, you might be good with hosting stuff, but at the same time, Paul, if you're going back and forth, why don't you wait, let everyone know, and maybe by the end of when you have like a week left beforehand, you can see how many people have already said if they're going to be participating, and you can see based on that number if you want to throw your hat in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's true. I can see what that goes, and I could always come in and host last minute, and then get
so since this is for the Action Army, does that mean Ben and Drew can enter?
I don't think if I remember correctly, they're not.
Drew doesn't play online.
Yeah, Drew doesn't like to play online, so he wouldn't. Ben could. I would let Ben play. I'd let Ben play, but I don't think
Ben's got a
We'll
title
have
match
to.
coming up. He's disqualified.
That'll be a week after his title
he can't
shot, so
enter
we
the
don't know if he'll be a
tournament,
winner or a loser coming into that. If he did
he
that.
may be a Schmodown champion, but he's in the fucking last general standing. Chuck.
Nope.
General.
He's also
He's the throwweight champion.
You're the
throwweight
throwweight champion. That's true. Until I get to face him.
He's gonna be double belted.
Going for you, baby.
He's going to be double belted. Schmo baits on one
Double
shoulder,
belted C2A.
throw down on the other.
I don't think we have a belt for that one.
Double belted
Is-
champion.
By the way, speaking of Bateman thing, is that just live on YouTube for everyone to see this Friday, or is that pay per view?
I think it's paper.
That's a
Probably
pay per view one for the and $10 Patreons or whatever.
Oh,
Normal.
okay, cool. So the whole thing, both matches are pay per view, and then they'll be released the following week.
Yeah, probably the next Friday.
Good.
Generally the way that it works.
Buck, I was gonna message you.
I
suddenly got
was
plans for
gonna
Friday.
do it tomorrow. So I think what we'll do for that is what we did for the Ben and Drew match.
Yeah, we'll figure out which day we end up. If it's pay per view, I mean, we'll see what we're doing. But
What
Friday
these
night,
two-
I'm not available.
Look at you two doing scheduling on my show. What the fuck?
You could
guys?
just
Come on
record
now.
it live and then
Look at you
Post
talking about
it a week
scheduling
later.
for another channel too. You fucking fuck.
I'm not a
mother-
promotional thing, motherfucker. It's my show. I can do what the fuck I want.
Fuck you. I'm the guest. You're the host. You're supposed to be nice.
Supposed to be
there is
buttering
no
you up. You're like,
schedules. Schedules would mean people
plug
show
in
up
all
on
your
time.
shit.
Yeah, we were on time.
That's true. That's true.
You were more than fashionably late.
Well, you know.
Hashtag-
PLD. If goes
hashtag-
over here too.
Blame PLD.
And I was born early.
Yell, daddy.
It's true. It's true.
I
All
was
right.
born
Well,
late.
anyway, What do you guys think about this stuff? Let's go talk about Smart on this week. I mean, we just talked about it a little bit, but what do you think about the big matches, the Bateman Myrtle thing? I'm kind of curious to get other people's opinion because I kind of had a disagreement with Danny a little bit and Kelsey. What do you
I
think about
wish it could be on the level as Merle Bateman 1, but because it's online, I don't think we're gonna get that.
Okay, I get that.
Like I enjoy the online matches, but we don't get the cutscenes anymore, which I absolutely love. Like they were killing those at the start of the year. I was so excited. And like those are some of my favorite parts is to watch the actual promos, the cutscenes. It doesn't feel this, it doesn't hit the same part for me.
But it's great
online.
for what it needs to be.
Exactly.
It's not like they have a choice. Not
Yeah.
like,
We are.
I don't want them to keep doing this after, but
The
for
world
the time
changed
being.
and they rose to the challenge of how to continue with what
We
they
are
world
so
changes.
lucky and so
One
blessed
trivia competition.
that we are still
changed with
getting these, because it's possible that Christian could have just like, no, I don't want to do these online. This is not what I want it to be. He could have just not done them, but he adapted, and he cut Chris
And when he
Jericho and Kevin Smith. Like,
and
how is that
man,
not? That's so
he
nice.
named it the new era, and it is a new era.
New era.
Yeah. Can I say though, with the new speed round and everything, Dan
I like the new
seems
speed
super
round.
flustered. And if he has to go all 10 questions, I don't know. Like if Bateman can keep it close through the first 2 rounds, betting round, speed round, if they go his way.
Well, Dan struggled in that speed
Well,
round.
Well, here's
Ben
the
didn't
deal,
play in
though,
the speed
'cause
No.
round.
Dan-
Oh, yeah,
Dan
that's what I said.
I
Dan's
thought
done
you
2
said
of them
that.
though. Dan's done 2 of them though. He did pretty well in his singles defense against Ethan. Remember,
Yeah.
he did that the week before, and that was the whole thing of like you only have 30 seconds. So it's already psychologically speaking, it doesn't matter that it's 5 instead of 10 questions. You have 30 seconds instead of a minute. So there's a whole lot. There's difference a little bit at least between doing it as part of a teams match versus.
Yeah.
And he did really well for his singles match.
But the
So
thing with
I
Dan
think
was- He didn't.
it doesn't
listen
matter what
to
the questions
question.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't listen to the question. He knew the answer. It wasn't that he missed it because he didn't know what happened at Cop. It's that he thought they said cop out,
That's right.
which was weird. That we had
Cop
2
out.
weeks in a row
Yeah.
that cop out was the actual answer in the next week.
It's all Kevin Smith stuff. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
I'm just glad that they figured out the speed rounds, because if anyone watched the MCU championship match,
That was awful for that.
oh, that was
Not
that was
fun.
not no, that was it was Sean Gerber is amazing, by the
I
way.
don't think speed rounds work in 4-player or 5-player matches, regardless. Like,
Well, the buzzers make it easier though. The buzzers, make
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
right.
the new version of speed round works for everybody.
well,
unless
if
you're-
they could get
And the,
real
and the new
buzzers-
version of Speed Round allows for players to kind of create brand new points records,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
asterisk versions.
But I think if they could get better buzzers where they actually get notified on the desk who hit the buzzer first, as opposed to like somebody having to stand there and watch them, because I
Yeah,
know
but
multiple players have complained about that before.
I prefer the idea of this, like you have X amount of time to answer all these questions, because
You can't
with
do
the
that live
speed-
though, because they'll hear you.
Right. Well, no, I'm talking about in general for like the basic, like in general. And the reason for that is this is about movie trivia when it comes to the actual match itself. It's not about the
It's a
physical
sport, though.
aspect. Right, but it's
The only
but-
competition round is the speed round. Nothing else is actually you against the opponents, you against the question writers. The only time that it becomes sports like is during the speed round, the
Yeah,
old
but-
speed round.
But this is all about trivia though, and it's about if you know the answer, not about how fast you can move your hand.
It's about strategy. It's about a lot of things. It was never
I know, I
just
get
about
that.
trivia.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is strategy, though, once again, is something that lies in the mind. And then the trivia, it lies in the mind. But having to hit a button really fast has to do with your hand and stamina and things
So
that are outside
Is
of the ability to
Jeopardy
study.
not a trivia competition then to you? Because in Jeopardy, whoever
Fuck
hits
you,
the
this
button
isn't
first
trivia.
gets to answer
Or
the
this
question.
isn't Jeopardy. I'm talking about the Schmodown. I don't want to talk about outside things that are going to influence this. Stop using logic against me. Shut the fuck up.
How dare you?
Which is
Oh, sorry. This is what happens when I don't smoke for a few weeks. you know?
to be honest, I actually enjoy the old speed round.
Me too.
Just because it does, there's a bit of, for me, I think with the new speed round, it's all based on knowledge, which for something like Ben and Dan, they'll win, and like Smets, they'll probably get almost every single question right because they'll all be 1 point questions. Like they'll be very easy questions. They'll be short questions because they can't afford to write longer questions when you have to do 10 and 60 seconds. So they just can't write the 2-line, 2-sentence questions.
Also, the problem was though, Christian would, if you went first, you were always at a disadvantage because they would stumble over the reading. The second person to go got everything read perfectly fine every time. Almost in a lot of matches were decided by that.
What I like a lot, though, about this is the psychological pressure of the 30 seconds, of the 60 seconds to answer X amount of questions, and the way that ends up affecting it of where you still get the same result of you get the point or either you don't get it, or if you say it and it's wrong, and it gives more of an opportunity for there to be that one mistake that could cost you the game if you're not careful. I think that, but now look, I think that both versions of the trivia of the speed round were good. They both have positives and negatives that you can argue. I prefer this newer version.
In the Merle Bateman one, didn't Bateman gain a lot of ground in the speed round?
I was about to say, what I was going to say is that one person who doesn't like the speed round is Ben Bateman, because Ben Bateman is trained on the speed round. He's trained heavily with the buzzers, and if that's the case, this is why I'm predicting Dan to win. I am too. This match because of the speed round. Because Ben, if the speed round is where it's in place, Ben can catch up that way. The only thing that Ben can do now is the betting round. It's the only way.
Well, in the Founding Fathers corruption team title match, there was a point shift to like 3 points. So
4, I think, right?
Yeah, because they would. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they were down by 1 and then they went up by 3.
Well, the difference. What I'm saying is what I told Kelsey before. Actually, we had to start a little bit on C2A is the fact that Ben still could outdo him by a couple of points, but in Atlanta, I think Ben got all of them and Dan got none of them. So that means Dan gained no points in Atlanta, where Ben gained like 5 or something.
What happened was Corruption got 9 out of 10 of them, and then it's just because Chance didn't get a chance to answer the last one again.
They just didn't answer.
Meanwhile, Dan got 3 right and 1 wrong, which means that he only got 2 points. And then Roca, I think, got 3 points, either 2 or 3 points. So there was a huge.
I think Roca got 4, right?
Because Roca got at least 1.
He got 4 right and didn't answer the 5th one.
I think he got 2
He got
points
1
as
of them
well.
wrong.
I thought it was 9-6.
Yeah, it's something like that. I know that one of the Dan definitely got 2 points.
Or Mike didn't. One of them didn't answer. Mike didn't answer the last question, right?
No, Mike went first. He went 5 for 5.
Question,
Chance didn't answer it, and he had already passed, and then it came around again. There was enough time.
He just and then Roca got the not Super 8, no Super 8, not Senses 8, right?
No,
that's what it was. One of those two. It's hard for me to remember which movies.
One's a show, one's a movie.
One's a show. One's a show.
Sorry, it's Super 8.
Speaking of Chance, is there anyone else you think that even has a shot to overtake him for Player of the Year?
Yes, absolutely.
Dan Merle, always the shot.
Wait. I want to remind you what happened last year. Okay, all the awards were decided in the last month of the year.
December.
Because it doesn't matter how great you start the year. If you fall apart, like if Chance gets knocked out in the next round of the singles tournament,
which based on his last
lose
match,
the titles.
Yeah.
Anybody, it's the questions, man. If the right questions get asked, anybody can lose.
Chance showed that he had an okay second round, and if someone else can keep up with him and do slightly better in one round than him and than the other rounds, then that could be it. He did really well. Liz Shannon Miller, I believe, is who's going up against him next, and she also did really well. And all she has to do is meet up with hit the chance that we just saw recently in that singles match, and maybe she does 1 point better or something, and she's got him.
And Kelsey doing that.
They got 2 points each.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They both got like 2.
Oh, they both missed one, and they both didn't answer.
They both got 3 right.
Thank
and
you,
then
Max.
1 wrong, I think.
Thanks, Max.
So that's
so it was 9.
6 points then.
So it was 9-5 or 9-6.
So that's a 5 point swing. That's even.
Yeah. It could be. I think, but a singles player is different, though. I mean, I think Dan got 9 points or whatever it was. He only missed one question in the speed round against Irwin.
Yeah.
So that's not going to get a big swing at all in a singles match. Because you're talking about teams matches, something totally different as far as that goes, I think.
It
But
also depends on how he hears the questions. One slip up's one slip up. None of them listen to the second question.
to be honest, the last thing I got to say about it, honestly, is the fact is that there's definitely a much lesser swing than the older speed round.
Yes, because it's not a competition.
And that's what hurts Ben. That's what hurt Ben a lot, I think. And then Ben has also said he's not quite into it as much, like not like into the not Schmodown, but like he's being not watching movies all the time, not being able to watch movies every day. He's out of sync a little bit. He doesn't have the quite same edge, and he said it on the action stream too. He has this routine where he used to do stuff, go out for a run, do this stuff, then go into the studio, turn before. He had this like routine. Now it's just like, I like this last match. He
went perfect versus guy. No, you feeling that before.
I know. I get
it. Doesn't matter. It was still in the midst of all.
Is Gamero going to be back in LA?
That's
or is he
why
going to be at his parents' house?
He's already back.
Oh, all right.
So I mean, and I love Andrew Guy, my Lord and Savior.
It's why we're team Guy, because Ben fucking gives up.
Who's we?
Whoa.
He quits. You hear that, Kelsey?
Whoa.
You hear
I'm team
that,
No
fucking
Trader,
Kelsey?
but also, I watched that last match. One of them got perfect. I don't know what's
got
going
The
on.
other one
Okay.
definitely didn't get perfect.
No,
And definitely went into it
Whatever
not
the
liking
fuck
it.
ever.
I've seen this debate like crazy.
Perfect character.
People say that Ben didn't pitch a perfect game because he didn't go through all his points, but
you could only be as perfect as the game allows you.
Yeah, I'm like, and people kept trying to bring up how a perfect game or no hitter works in baseball. I'm like, you cannot compare the two
In basketball, if you hit 12
because
12,
you go
shot perfect.
27 outs for baseball, no matter what, unless it's a rain delay. That's the only time that you don't. Or this year, if they have a
extra
doubleheader.
innings or
Yeah, so you can't compare the two. Schmodown,
more like basketball.
If you have
Schmodown-
27 outs, there's no fucking extra innings. Don't try
Yeah.
to
If it's a 0-0
make that.
game, it is, Dick.
if it's tied, Jake, yes.
There we go.
Jake, don't
Dropping
ever,
the mic.
ever try to
I'm a
argue
Yankees
with me
fan.
on
We know about
baseball.
baseball.
Yeah, Jake, don't ever try and
Okay.
argue with me on baseball.
That
Don't.
almost got you kicked off, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, don't argue with me about baseball, Jake.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't argue with Kelsey about baseball.
Okay, out of the
Kelsey
six
up
people,
here.
out of the
Kelsey's
six
over here
people
talking
on
about
the
sports
stream,
ball.
Sports ball. Don't you dare argue with me about it, Jake.
Fuck you
Out
talk
of-
about sports ball. I'll hit that ball in that hoop and get that puck through the goal. thing.
Basketball. Good movie.
Exactly.
Baseball is good.
Touchdown,
All right.
motherfucker.
Anyway, Bateman. I think
it's just
Bateman-
frustrating that no one
Yeah.
talked about how great of a match Ben had. Like it was all about how Andrew didn't basically
perform.
he
Performed.
and
He missed one question in the second round, which got stolen. He had a bad first round, but there's a lot of players that have terrible first rounds and then they recover. It just happened that Ben went perfect, so he didn't have a chance to recover.
Ramirez.
Well, the problem wasn't just that Drew missed a question in the second round. It was that he also went multiple choice several times too.
Yeah.
And after a really bad first round, combining the two together is what
And
posed a big
Did he do
problem for his
I
points.
thought he only went multiple choice.
He went multiple.
also-
Well, if he only had a couple of he only has a
4
handful
questions.
of questions.
Missed one. I thought he went multiple choice on one and hit the other two outright.
You misheard
No.
the big fish question. I know that much.
Yeah, that's the one he missed and Ben stole.
He went multiple choice on at least one other one, and then I don't remember, but that's still like when he only got 4 points in the first
Oh, the
round.
other question, actually, the question was wrong. Video Drew's talking about this too. The guy that he plays is not a critic. He's a curator at a museum. So the question should have been challenged.
Yeah, we listened to that whole thing before. If you recall, I think Drew had discussed it on one of the streams as well.
Yeah, he did. He was upset about that too.
But that's 100% true. Like he wasn't. a
But
critic
it was
in
the
movie.
fact that he wasn't able to pull the exact name Terrence Stamp out of his head that he wasn't able to like properly challenge it.
Sometimes you just get frazzled though.
He was.
Yeah,
frazzled.
I mean-
He was too much in his character. He said that a little bit. Like he
Not
kinda-
even just that, but
He
sometimes
rolled
like
rolled
when a
out.
question's wrong and you're trying to answer it, like if it doesn't make sense in your head, it's hard to like bring it back to a place where you're logically thinking.
Well, yeah, and he also said too, like, and this is a legit complaint he had, which I had never even thought, I didn't even think about until he brought it up, was that when Ellis, like, he started trying to challenge it a little bit, and Ellis kind of seemed like they were kind of like
Shut it
sick-
down right away.
They were almost like kind of sick of his act in a way. I think they kind of realized like, I don't like what's going on here, and so it didn't allow him to actually get a challenge in.
Yeah,
Did you guys hear Christian talk about his counter to what Drew said?
I heard something that he talked earlier. Before
He said that he didn't think he was going to go full character. He thought he was going to only like break into pieces of character.
Right.
So that's why he said he was like so surprised, like he didn't know how to respond because he didn't know that was supposed to happen.
You know, and at the end of the day, you know what? Honestly, it's a cluster. It's a growing company. So even after 7 years, you're still doing.
It's a new thing. This season is a whole different thing.
Yeah, in the chat here, Dean's latest comment, I disagree because Drew wasn't nearly as aggressively unlikable and irritating.
Yeah, he didn't have an face tag.
Drew is actually a good actor.
Drew wasn't damaged.
Drew has good teeth.
Drew wasn't damaged.
Don't get Kelsey started.
Actually, damaged Drew guy could be his new character name.
Talking about
So
Brandon
started
when he put up pictures of Lex.
I actually think his new character should be called Damaged Drew Guy.
I'm gonna go full Belford on your bitches.
Considering I've never had a full conversation, I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'll tell you upon a picture.
You don't want to know. Just appreciate that you don't know.
Kelsey said she wanted to rub her tongue across the back
of his grill. Yeah.
Hey, Belford, chicken and waffles suck.
Wow.
He's going to pop on the stream now. Watch. He's going to show up out of nowhere.
You know, his senses are going off. And I don't know if it's going to be chicken and waffles suck or if it's going to be thinking about Kelsey tongue lashing Jared Leto's Joker. I don't know. But Kelsey, you want to talk more about that? Or,
I don't think you guys want to talk more about
as long as she's not asking Belford to tongue lash Jared Leto's Joker, I think she'll be okay.
I think everybody needs to do tongue lashing with the Joker.
No. I'm good.
Nobody wants to do that.
Maybe Martha as the Joker in Flashpoint, but
I mean Harley Quinn out.
Hardis's comments
Harley
Quinn
too.
Belford cartoons roll.
That's such a shit take from him. Cartoons, animation is just another medium.
Right.
Well, did you hear what
story?
While
I agree with you, I used to do a lot of play acting and things, and I enjoy being able to see actors' faces and their body movements because I appreciate that part of acting, which most people overlook, is the little things that actors do, the little tiny, the way they look, the way they move their faces, that subtly lets you know the way their character is shifting. Like you could tell when somebody's a bad guy just by the way that their eyes move.
Of course. Then again, I mean, when it comes to animation, it's the same thing because the filmmakers that try to make the story, first of all, the voice acting has to be. There's so much better voice actors, and there are ones that are just like really bad at the same time. And when it comes to animation, every single frame, every movement, every single time there's an eyebrow twitch or the way that someone opens their mouth is completely controlled by the filmmakers, so you can see exactly how they were meant to be shown.
But sometimes it still doesn't line up.
Just like any normal film, there are good films and there are bad films told through that medium.
I love anime, especially DC animated. I'm picky about my DC animated, but like Under the Red Hood and stuff. Oh my god!
So
I gotta admit, I haven't watched a lot of the DC and a lot of the comic book animated yet. I do want to.
I was a huge Batman Beyond fan. I want them to make that movie.
DC and their animated movies is like it sleeps and bounds better than anything anyone is doing, other than the Killing Joke.
Well, when you can get Nathan Fillion,
the second half of the Killing Joke's good. It's just the first half that's garbage.
Unfortunately, you can't say you can't only talk about one half of it for a full opinion.
I don't know about that. Sometimes you look at a girl and bottom half really
one
good,
half is good,
and the other half's not so good. But you're
from
okay
behind or in the front.
That's what paper bags are for.
No, that's disrespectful.
Guys too. Guys can do that. You can do that. Guys too. Let's see. I mean,
that is also true.
So
a lot of guys skip leg day.
A foot long down there.
Are you talking about like are you talking about like if a girl's like a countdown girl, like you're really far away and it's like 10, and as you get closer it's like 9, 8,
a 10 from
7,
10 and a 2 from 2,
6.
And guys are like that too. No sexism here. It's both.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I notice it more about women because I don't tend to look at men.
That's true.
It's
absolutely.
So
I feel like I can tell a 10 or a 2 from at least a far distance.
So guys,
leg day.
I'm nearsighted, so I can't.
The action stream tonight, they ranked a ton of franchises.
I haven't actually had a chance to watch it.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch more than 20 minutes of it. So
I can't remember if it was tonight or Friday. Ben said, "Oh, all family films are garbage," and I was like,
Well, they put Toy
that
Story
was-
as an S tier film, so
The S tier and stuff like that stuff.
yeah.
They also I started.
I was very
listening to
upset
it. I
about
got
some
partway
things.
into it. I absolutely disagree with the placement of the Madagascar films because Madagascar films, the first one is not great. The second one is better, and the third one is a legitimately
Polka Dot
fun,
Circus.
entertaining film. And it also worked. And Noah Baumbach is a co-writer of the film as well, which
Bless
gives it some extra, like really weird work. It just they get progressively funnier and just more entertaining. And then Penguins of Madagascar is just wild.
This is why
John
he
Malkovich
is
is
on
an
my
evil
streams.
octopus.
This
Good
is
show.
why Quiz Show is on my stream so bad.
That's right. He knows his
I can't believe Penguins of Madagascar didn't
Well-
only got like 70 or 80 million at the box office, but the other ones
Planet
did
of
so
the
much
Apes
better.
was like halfway down the list, and I was like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's
you-
because
wait,
they
hold on.
had to
Joseph,
include
do you-
the Tim
That's
Burton one,
the old
which is-
ones, yeah. Joseph, are you a big fan of the new Planet of
yeah.
the Apes films?
I think
But
it's the greatest
I thought-
trilogy of all time.
the new
And how-
Planet.
What do you
Yeah.
think of Andy Serkis in it?
Well, I just think he's a fantastic actor, director.
But you can't
and
see it. I thought you liked it when you
Mocap-
could, like,
no, but
see
it's
the
mocap.
actor and
It's his face.
that's
Mocap
but
is
it's
literally
animated,
their
isn't
face.
it?
That's not. No, it's CGI. That's a different thing. Animated is hand drawn or drawn by computer.
Form is
Mocap.
the
Oh, but
capture.
isn't his? He's not. Are you saying that Andy Serkis is a monkey?
No, I'm saying that when you put the mocap on, it literally is facial movements. If
He's
you
a
ever
great
watch
actor.
those movies and you see Caesar's face, you can
Yeah,
tell
that's
entire
right.
stories by his face.
Just
And you could do the same thing with any other. Anyways,
It depends on the animation.
go on Mike's podcast. Talk about Tuned Up all the time. There you go.
You ever talk about animated DC?
They talk about all kinds
Kelsey,
of
please
stuff.
tell me
Kelsey
that
before.
on
Mike
the
is
new
amazing,
show
too.
that you're gonna do the
this is
Book.
really good.
that you just brought up.
Yes. Okay, so the whole show is going to be, I'm going to be comparing, contrasting the graphic novel to the animated movie, talk about how it's different, animation styles, things like that. So
Dark
yes,
Knight Returns. Oh,
Dark Knight
so
Returns, and then part 1 and part 2 will be
So-
brought up at some point.
Quiz Show's being scouted.
That's true. That's really
Wouldn't that be nice?
cool.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older?
What are you talking about? Winston's been
Then we
in your
wouldn't have
chat.
to wait.
I'm always looking to be
Winston's been
scouted, guys.
scouting.
What does
Yeah,
that mean, being scouted? Being scouted by who?
that's what we
Tardis?
teased on my
Let me know
stream.
because I don't know.
On the one stream that Winston
Winston was watching. He's like,
came on.
"Oh, damn! I might have to remember this guy."
Yeah, he did.
Winston didn't say that. You guys said, "Oh yeah, hey Winston, you should remember this guy."
Yeah,
Same thing.
Same thing.
You should.
He's gonna remember.
And then Winston just said, "You guys tagged me in a post, so I opened it."
Is that what he said?
yeah.
That's very Winston.
Why do you think I make sure to
Now?
tag everyone involved? For that
Should I just go
reason.
tag? I mean, I should go tag him
Uh,
now.
Go
Listen,
tag Winston right now. Winston.
I'll just tag them all in things, and then I'll just make them watch you do things. We'll just clip
The
out
amount of
round one.
times that
Just
I've
clip out all
tagged
quiz shows
Christian,
round one's answers, and then we'll make a video.
Yeah, no, but
and we'll
the-
share it.
that is the big thing though is the amount of times that Brandon has tagged Christian
Dude,
ever since Jader versus Brittany Young,
yeah,
and
like once a week.
and then 2 days in a row, Christian suddenly retweeted him.
There you go. That means he's watching probably. I mean, now that you
But one of them was had nothing to do with it. One of them was
was-
Brandon commenting on his guesses for the SEN shows.
yeah, I went.
SCN, it's still SCN stuff. I mean, Christian likes that. Christian wants to horror out his shows too, and we all like to horror out our shows.
As soon as he
Oh.
said Brad and Jen, I got so pumped. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, wait. First of all, so proud, so happy for them that they actually have an every week regular show now.
Yeah.
They
It-
deserve it. They
Yes.
earned it. Jen Sturgeon needed to be on camera more to begin with. It was a shame that she wasn't.
We're jumping to call to action for a minute, just so I can go do that, throw that up there because I don't have it on my own thing. So there you go. Coming
Mike K, I haven't heard your name
Coming
before
up
until this
next.
chat, but I just accepted your friendship.
You don't know Mike K?
You know,
He's
Mike,
an admin
man.
in the SCN and Movie Trivia Schmodown on Facebook.
Yeah.
Joseph, I don't know you.
Wow. Holy shit. Quiz show.
So many mics being dropped.
Good.
Yeah, so these
I don't
new
need nobody calling the teacher to give me homework. All right.
are
Nice. All right. Well, that's cool. Kelsey, I'm actually really looking forward to that. I actually might watch.
Joseph doesn't want to.
I
teach
made
you.
it the first time I
Stay
watched
behind after class.
Like I'll watch the Dark Knight Returns. And
I don't show up at class.
What I want to do on that show is I'd like to have somebody else on with me, either someone that's loved it longer than I have or someone that's new to it to me. I just feel like it'd be better having a discussion than just me talking. So if anyone wants on certain comics things, DM me.
What's the show again? I obviously was very rudely not paying attention because I kept interrupting people.
After tournament season, when I have more free time, it's going to be called The Panelist, and then I'm going to be comparing graphic novels to the animated DC, mostly DC because that's my favorite, but there'll be some others movie based on them. Comparing animation styles, what I like better, just a general discussion. Because I feel like the animated movies don't get brought up enough. So,
do you think you might at some point discuss something, even though it's not so much comparing comic book art styles, but maybe if you get far enough into it and you feel like it's worth it, discussing the difference in art styles between the first 3 seasons of Batman animated series with the 4th season?
Yeah, I'll talk about anything.
Or
animated
books versus.
I love
movies.
animated.
And also, how about I mean, I'm really glad that after Dark, what was it that they never decided to adapt? They never made Dark Knight Strike Back into an animation, did they?
I don't think so. I haven't.
Good, because that art style is fucking awful in that follow-up book compared to Dark Knight Returns. Dark Knight Returns is gorgeous, and I don't know what the hell happened with Strikes Back.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Strikes Back or Strikes Again?
Is it Strikes Again?
Can we take a moment to appreciate Jim Lee? Can we just...
Jim Lee is fucking. He is a long time. Like he's one of those guys. He's been around for so long. He's just so consistent. He's got a passion for the community or the things he does. I love Jim Lee. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
There's upcoming Static Shock live action adaptation supposed to be happening.
That's
Super
pretty cool.
excited for that.
Larry got so excited when Larry was the first person.
Representation matters.
I wouldn't be surprised if Larry just pops on the stream all of a sudden now that you said that. So he got basically really got wrecked when he heard that pretty much.
Yeah,
I love that show as a kid.
They were doing that. I'm like, hey, Larry, you know they're doing a Static Shock show now?
That's fucking awesome. I like a lot of the projects they're doing. I just feel like I want to see it happen. So, we haven't had a Marvel show on Disney Plus yet. It just feels like it's taking so long, and I know it's COVID partially, but
yeah, Well, what's crazy is WandaVision was wasn't it almost already done at some point, and they realized it was done much faster than intended?
Yeah, it needs to.
I guess they have to drop it at certain times to make things work.
Right.
Yeah,
it's got to be before something and after something. Everything they do, they plan everything out so far ahead of time that when one flaw goes off, it screws up everything.
There's probably something in Black Widow that is something on the show, so that's why.
Makes sense.
Well, I think that show is going to bring the X-Men in. That's a pretty universal thought, right?
Did you see who is it?
Have you read House of M?
The Bad Boys for Life directors are making one of the which show is it? Captain Marvel or something? Or Ms. Marvel?
Ms. Marvel with Kamala Khan.
Is it Miss Marvel?
That's the show they're doing.
Is that the one they're doing?
They were talking about a Miss Marvel show, not a Captain Marvel show.
Yeah, Miss Marvel.
That's what I meant to say was Miss. Is it that one?
Yeah.
The one they're doing is Miss Marvel. I'm sorry, I mixed it all.
Not the original Miss Marvel, which was.
No, we're talking about Kamala Khan.
Yeah. Not how Rogue got it. Yo, imagine that's how they bring the X-Men into the MCU. Rogue just jacks Captain Marvel's powers.
They are working on a Ms. Marvel TV show.
That's it.
Yeah,
Ms.
Kamala
Marvel.
Khan.
That's it. Yeah, Partis, Doctor Strange 2 coming out March 2022. They're just making sure they can get to the point where they can start filming.
Well, they have to put out Scarlet Witch and the Vision show before that because they said it directly ties in. Where that ends, that starts. It's a direct tie-in.
So
everything's been everything all release.
Yeah,
all
but some things
stuff,
loosely tie in and things.
Other
things
I'm talking about
wrong.
release schedule. Release schedule stuff has been fucked
But
up.
they basically said that the end of that show is going to be the beginning of Doctor Strange. It's a direct one scene to the next kind of thing.
That close.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that, but
which is going to be, hopefully it's not the kind of thing where, there are going to be enough people that go see Doctor Strange in theaters who don't have Disney Plus or haven't watched the show. And you can't punish those viewers, those people going to the theater, right. Mr. Regular, Jill and Joe Schmo, who haven't watched the shows. And so hopefully it's going to work where everything is more rewarding when you're watching those extra shows. Yeah. But you could still go to the movie and everything works just as well.
If you missed it, yeah.
I think ideally they would like everybody to just watch the shows.
Yeah, Dean, talking about Sam Raimi here. I'm very curious to see, because Sam Raimi, when he did his Spider-Man films, he did those Spider-Man films and he was able to create his own kind of like his film, his look, his tone, etc. until the third one, which is not his tone. But with this now, he is someone who has a very unique kind of style and tone with how he treats his
Doctor
stuff,
Strange,
having to be absorbed into that. Now we do know that I'm assuming it seems Sam Raimi has a good relationship if he's coming back to work with Disney again, since the last time he had a theatrical release was Oz the Great and Powerful, which was another big budget Disney film.
So my thoughts, I think that we're going to see Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in Doctor Strange too.
I think it'll be a cameo.
The multiverse of madness. Yeah, it's going to be.
I think it'll be like a scene where he goes through the mold.
Yes, I don't think it's going to be a star.
And then
like that,
and then it'll be like snippets of like other past like X-Men, Marvel stuff,
alternate realities, and then I think that's how the X-Men come in, either through the quantum realm or through a multiverse collapsing, kind of like they did with the Arrowverse shows where they brought all the worlds.
Probably a multiverse type thing, just only because they already utilized the quantum realm.
Yeah, but there was a lot of cities and things. There's a lot of things in the quantum realm that they never explained. So we don't know what the.
I'm just. When I think about Marvel right
so
now,
excited.
More than anything, I get like just down about just like not just in terms of Marvel, but in general, like the kind of talent that was lost with Chadwick Boseman, I just if you saw in the chat when I recently went through, I watched a bunch of his films that I hadn't seen yet, and man, he was so good. He was able to make his short time in Gods of Egypt fun to watch because he knew that it was a piece of shit film, and he was like, I'm going to ham it up and I'm going to collect this paycheck.
He has such gravitas.
Of movies he did while battling colon cancer is
the fact that the kind of characters, the people that he played, when you talk about like representation matters and what one person on screen and their performance and the kind of character can influence X amount of people. We know how many people that he influenced, or we don't actually know, considering how many there could have been for Black Panther. And outside of Black Panther, he was Thurgood Marshall, and then he was also Jackie Robinson, and he was James Brown. It's insane.
Yeah.
How good he is.
The
42 for me is
it's a great movie.
I think it's his best.
He's fantastic. I don't know about. I think he's so.
I think that his performance, the film itself, I wasn't as big a fan of the full film of Get On Up because I thought that it was kind of a mess. But that's mostly on Tate Taylor, I think. But his performance as James Brown is just fucking electric. It is so good.
His best performance was on Saturday Night Live, though.
I just want to interject really quickly. Yes, parties saying that Disney can't use Toby or Andrew. Not necessarily true.
It's not true.
They have a really big deal with.
If they can do Spider-Man, I'm sure they can work out a deal with the Sony.
Yeah, I mean,
for a brief clip or cameo,
especially if it sets up a future Sony Spider-Verse.
Disney, you know that Disney would probably try to figure out a way to be like, ooh, through all of our multiverse stuff, why don't we somehow figure out how it can suddenly connect? And
I think it's the opposite.
Through some sort of portal, we have a Spider-Verse through there.
Well, that's what I mean. I think that allows Sony to have their own universe and not have to worry while it's still Disney adjacent, so they could use Tom Holland. It doesn't have to be the same.
That's what they're doing. But the other thing is, all I'm talking about is how Disney can somehow make it so they can connect to all of it, including some. They can maybe
and they could choose not to keep things connected, like Venom.
Yeah, of course. And as you can see, that's certainly a result.
Yeah,
I didn't mind Venom. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
That movie was a hot mess.
I'm excited for the sequel.
It's the kind of hot garbage where you're like, I can't stop watching this.
The best part of that whole movie was Woody as Carnage, and I'm super stoked for the sequel.
You loved his Carrot Top main. My favorite part of the movie was when Tom Hardy was like, I gotta sit in this lobster tank right now.
Well, see, clearly you didn't actually.
I don't know how you do Venom without Spider-Man. That's the whole thing with the symbiote is. It and Eddie hate Spider-Man like just as much. Like because Peter Parker denied the symbiote. So that's why he hates Spider-Man so much, and Eddie hates Peter. So
And
I'm not
it takes the imagery. It's the symbiotes
looks like
just
Spider-Man.
normally. It's because
why
it was
does it
on
look like
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Well, it's not supposed to. It gets the Spider-Man look from being over his costume, and it's just a black goop at the start.
Remember when Venom
Yeah, but
was
it
supposed?
adapts too.
But Venom's
Remember-
also
yeah.
the most responsible of all the symbiotes.
Yeah, but that's not what the
Comic-wise
film.
and show-wise.
That's not what the film
Yeah.
showed.
I'm in charge, guys. Look, Paul put me in
Oh
charge.
man.
Oh
It's
no!
gonna be exactly the same.
So Riz Ahmed,
so
Riz Ahmed was so. I think Riz Ahmed was like really miscast. I love Riz Ahmed.
I'm super
I thought
excited
he
for
was.
Craven.
Riz Ahmed was he was, I don't even remember the name of
I
the
don't
bad
remember the
guy from Venom. He was the one who got the other symbiote and like fought him until
Shriek?
the end.
Drake.
Shriek?
Drake, was that it?
Shriek?
Carlton Drake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, him.
And then Shriek, I think, was
Riz
the
Ahmed
actor.
from Nightcrawler and
Mhm.
and the Night of and whatnot. He's a great actor. He's
so good.
awesome. He was so out of place in Venom, I think. But
I don't know how that movie did so well. I don't. It's
because of China, but also not even that. Like,
All right, Trump.
Venom made more money in America than Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it is.
Well, that's a better movie. Venom's a way better movie than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I haven't watched either of the Garfield films
Don't.
I haven't.
The first one was
The first
good.
one's
The
fine.
first one was
It's-
fantastic. The second one was
the second
terrible.
one. There's some cool visuals of the second one,
But-
but just don't pay attention to the story at all.
The next Spider-Man movie's rumored to have Craven the Hunter, which makes sense with the storyline they set up.
Yeah.
If I could see Craven on a big screen, I'm going to be a happy person.
Love.
I loved him in the comics. I loved him even more in the TV show, but he's fantastic.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting on how they're gonna.
And
use that.
back to Partis, talk about the contracts and like that. Here's the things: contracts can be added to and rewritten,
Yeah.
and it would benefit Sony and to agree to Disney, because if they do the thing where they put it's free advertising for their universe through Disney. You know what I mean? Like it benefits everybody involved. They would agree to it.
And if you recall, his contract was originally done by after Far From Home, and then Tom Holland got all drunk and cried on the phone or whatever, and got like another movie and crossover extension. These things are going to continue to be added piecemeal, one at a time at this point.
If you had asked this 5 years ago, I would have said, "There's no way that they'll keep doing this."
I also think it's got to be a way that the only way it works is if they actually have things that both benefit from. It's not going to be just one appearing another. It's got to be something where they could separate them. That's why it's going to be through the multiverse.
Sony knows they need it.
Yeah.
Sony knows they need it because if they
need Kevin
separate,
Feige. That's the whole reason that they originally broke off. Is because Kevin Feige wasn't going to be the main producer on the movie.
Yeah, it's because if they officially break off and they end their partnership and they do stuff on their own, they know it's going to eventually come to a head where they're going to create this car crash that's going to look like a lot like Amazing Spider-Man 2 did.
Also, nerds get mad.
It's true.
Nerds get mad at everything. Fuck
Dude,
that.
I want to cut
As a nerd.
Hold on. Because I want to bring up something that's a little bit related, but it's a little bit of a new topic, but a little bit related, because this is something that's on my mind recently about this. I don't know about you guys. I'm not as excited about Marvel right now. The MCU. And the reason why I feel like
where
Endgame kind of cleared the board and like everything was building to Endgame, and now it's like it's almost like we had great sex, and I'm like rolling and going.
So here's what happened. I think that after Endgame, and it was a constant buildup of we're going to keep building up, and then there was that huge release.
Right
now, the problem is we could have continued to work on building brand new anticipation if we actually went and got Black Widow, and then we got Falcon and Winter Soldier in August, like we were gonna.
Let's not blame Disney for.
We can, no, I'm
the
saying
world.
that the what you said, the exact feeling of what Endgame gave us.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that, but I'm saying that they were going to work on creating more anticipation to kind of start a new post Endgame world, and then it's been extended, and because there's been absolutely nothing, there's just been such a lack of passion from it now that it feels like it's over.
But again, I
I-
think the same Black Widow. I'm not even that excited about even horror because it's like she's a dead.
I know,
But to
but
me, it's the opposite. It's like
we
you
also
just got
we
out of a
haven't seen the
long-term
film yet.
relationship.
So
What do we look like the slate of films coming out for Marvel that's slated to come out? Which ones are you really super excited about? Like, are you really excited about?
I'll watch them, I'll enjoy them, or I won't enjoy
The
them.
Eternals.
Never,
I'm super stoked for.
Eternals is okay. Okay, I'll go see it.
I'm super stoked for Doctor Strange 2.
I'm sure probably the most interesting.
I think that's going to bring the X-Men in, and then everything's going to change.
Thor.
And there's going to be a certain point in what's announced that's going to change the entire face of it. But to me, this is like when you end a relationship, right? You've been with the same person for 10 years. Then you get out of a relationship, you start dating again, right? So you got to meet new people, and you have those flutters, those butterflies in your stomach when you're on those dates. That's what the new MCU is going to be, because you don't know what's going to come up. You're just going to see what happens. And,
the problem is we haven't actually watched any of the things. So
well, yeah, but that, of course, but that's what I'm saying.
I would love to see them do Secret Wars, though. I know the Russo brothers they teased it, and then
I want House of M.
I mean, I think that's what we're gonna get with the
Modified, but yeah, probably, hopefully.
It'll be a slight smaller version of it since it's gonna be on TV.
But it's also gonna not. I don't think they're gonna go full. Like the mutants already established for House of M. It's really hard to do that without pre-established mutants. So I think it's gonna be like a abridged, modified version.
How do you top Thanos? Like who do you use?
Well, you don't. You start over again. That's the thing. You have to start back at. It's got to be the first stage again. Like you can't go.
That's the problem.
I still have my choice on that, but
yes, I think we all know what Kelsey wants.
my slow build to the real Dark Phoenix events, like in space,
I agree with that.
On the blue side of the moon.
I would like Silver Surfer to show up, and then everything build towards Galactus at the end of like 4 phases.
That would be.
Fox ruined any chance of us having a Phoenix Saga again, at least for a long. I mean,
they also kind of
time.
fucked Silver Surfer, but
see, I want to wait for Dark Phoenix, but I want it to be a Thanos event where it takes 10 years to get there, or pretty darn close, because this actual story of Dark Phoenix is a very slow burn. It took 4 years in the comics. It should take at least that in the movie, since we don't get a movie every week. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be a slow burn. So if they started building to it in 5 years, and then we had it in 10 years, I feel like it's enough time from the last Phoenix.
What I wish. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. No, I was gonna say is I wish that if they were gonna do Black Widow, that they did it before Endgame, because she had this big heroic death. Now there has to be something in the film that justifies why we're seeing this now as opposed to beforehand. Other than shit, we forgot to develop this, and we really should have done that.
And people are upset.
Yeah, and all the Marvel shows too. Though there's not a lot of shows that have been announced. I'm kind of like, yeah, I gotta see that. I really want to see Loki. WandaVision.
Loki could be interesting. Like it could
WandaVision,
be like
I'm so intrigued by.
I don't know if intrigue is the right word. It's more like it's interesting. Intrigued is slightly different. I'm not when I say intrigued, that means I got to see what's happening now. I'm intrigued enough to watch it.
No, I'm not excited. Let's say you'd have to be intrigued enough. I am intrigued, not intrigued enough.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it, but I think the whole
I am curious.
Loki the Loki show could be interesting because I hope that there's a lot of time travel involved. It's gonna mess up the MCU's timeline already. It's already a mess.
Hercules. Might be my best shot to get Hercules in the MCU. Although who knows?
Hercules. I didn't know that we wanted The Rock in the MCU.
We always love The Rock in the MCU. Hercules has always been my favorite Marvel hero. I think I just loved him for so long. And I said this before in other streams that some people have seen me say it. Thor Ragnarok is my favorite. MCU.
It's one of my favorite. Yeah,
but
it's just weird that they took such a dark story,
Hold on, let me finish this first. I have a love-hate relationship with that movie. I love it because I love it so much. But the thing is, that's not Thor. That was Hercules. That Chris Hemsworth playing Hercules. That's the Marvel Comics version of Hercules. I mean, because Thor's not the funny slapstick guy. Thor's not the guy who had that conversation that Thor had with Hulk. that's actually almost legitimately from a Hercules whole conversation in the comics. So that it pisses me off a little bit because I loved it, but now how am I going to get Hercules out? Because they basically made Thor into Hercules.
Yeah, but just like so many films, what they ended up doing was they kind of mashed together a bunch of stuff that's been on the page to make it work for the story. What I really liked about it was how Taika Waititi jumped on the project and was like, man, Thor is a boring character. And he's decided, I'm going to make a movie where I think he's interesting. And that's what he decided to do.
I'm going to make him Hercules, basically.
And then the craziest thing was when he decided to like play like some of his ideas. And what I forget where I read it, but it was like whatever boardroom or whatever where he showed it was like they didn't know what the Immigrant Song was.
Right? That's fucking insane. How do you not know that?
You've seen that too, right? I'm not just like imagining that I read that.
I read the same thing. I'm like, what the hell is possible? How do you not know?
I would have really liked if they used Thor 3 to make the Immortals and then when Asgard got destroyed, they all went together and they lived among the Immortals, which would have been the way that I would have done it. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of burned, and the Immortals TV show kind of burned that bridge. But they could have done it so much better. I'm
the Inhumans.
They were wasted.
Inhumans, yeah. I think
Inhumans.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Inhumans wasn't Inhumans originally it was gonna come out in theaters, and then they decided then they gave it to Jeff Loeb, and Jeff Loeb sucks. So
not working.
I think
and they
Marvel,
wasted Ramsey.
Yeah,
I think Marvel has reached its peak, unless they can do the Fantastic Four and the X-Men correctly.
This is why they bought the X-Men and things, though, because
because they're like, what?
They know that they needed something else.
Because all of their strong female characters for Marvel is with the Fantastic Four and X-Men.
they only bought Fox because they knew that they had a winner on their hands with Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's right.
That is
They were like, we need to release The Art of Racing in the Rain.
love it. Love it.
DC though has some really potential good things coming up here the next few weeks.
Right now, actually, I'm more
DC fandom got me
DC?
so
I'm
pumped.
so pumped.
than Marvel. Like,
I really hope Robert Pattinson gets better because I don't like to get too hyped on anything anymore, just because not everything ends up how marketing pushes, and you can't really judge something just by a marketing thing because it's not always how the film looks.
That was good
And-
marketing for 25% of a movie film, though.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. But on top of that, if we got that, it was a really cool trailer.
That was a solid.
It didn't really
25%.
tell us enough. And then you think, man, what happens to Pattinson if he survives, but he can have some lasting issues? How is that going to affect where you can see the difference in a potential physicality of his performance in some scenes versus others?
yeah,
I feel like he'll be all right.
I am really
I'm just
glad
saying,
that they said that this Batman is not in the DCEU. It's on its own. I'm like, good. We don't need this whole. Everything
now.
needs to be connected. Let's
For
just
now,
focus-
it's not connected until
Let's
they do
just-
Flashpoint or whatever the fuck they feel like doing, and then they make it connected postpartum, because that's just the way that movie companies
I
work.
don't like how Flashpoint is the first Flash movie. It
I
should
don't
be
either.
It should be at least the third one.
They should
Hey,
have
but
built up all these single movies, then did a Justice League movie, then
Yeah,
a few
but
movies later. here's a
DC's
Flashpoint.
really good at making the big events their first thing before you get to know anything about the
true.
Right?
But the good thing about that is that if you do have Flashpoint in the beginning and it does open up this, I think the whole thing right now is based on let's open up this world and let's open up this multiverse connected, because you can.
It
Because
does seem like they're canonizing all the old things into now canon. Yeah.
CW did in a way. CW started that with their Crisis on Infinite Earth.
And that's why the movie division called them and asked them to put Ezra Miller in the
Yeah.
show. It
I
wasn't
thought
the other way
that was-
around.
Thing. Because then you have a clean slate and anything you want to do, you can do.
Also,
Why
I don't know if you guys watched the crossover,
I did.
but they
saw that 2-minute clip.
The only way that Ezra Miller got his name from the TV show Barry Allen, that's because he was never called the Flash before. So Barry Allen gave him the name the Flash, like Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Dubbed him the Flash. He's like, oh, the Flash. Oh, that's a good name.
I just don't know how you don't do Flashpoint without explaining the dynamic between Eobard and Barry.
I don't know.
You have to set that up in the first
Well,
movie.
yeah, because he has to be chasing him through. That's how the whole thing happens.
Yeah, and one person I want to see as Eobard is, if you've watched The Boys, Anthony Starr,
Oh, he's
Homelander, would be
Oh my God.
amazing as
But I really am looking forward to Negan and Maggie as the Joker and Old Man Batman if they decide to give us that, because that's what it should be if we're following canonical evidence.
Did you say Negan and Maggie as the Joker? And I know that you're talking about Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen, but are you talking about in the comics Martha becomes the Joker or some shit?
Yes. Yeah,
that's the Flashpoint storyline.
Yeah, that's weird.
I love Flashpoint. It's weird. That's why it's good.
I don't like
it's
that.
super dark.
I have read that
instead of.
I know there's Old Man Batman,
Bruce
but I don't like Martha as the.
But what happens is in that alley.
I'm sorry. Why did I say that name? I'm sorry.
Martha.
I have read that book so many times. I've read the book of Flashpoint several times. I've watched the animated movie so many times. I
like that anime movie quite a bit. I
really want them to do the Injustice storyline.
I love it. Justice is one of my favorite DC storylines. Those video games, like, just watch the clip. If you don't want to play the video game, just watch all the cutscenes together. It's the best movie.
They should do that, but if they could do that like live action, but that's like end game type planning. Like
they won't make Superman bad until they have actually like Superman that's widely accepted. You need to first make him super good and have him accepted. That's the problem with Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder didn't set him up for a future turn. He was already a dick to start with. You need the Boy Scout.
How was he a dick?
He's so dark.
He is kind of.
He's like emo.
I love
that's
him.
Emo Superman. I love the movies. Don't get me wrong. But Superman has to start out like the most innocent, shucks type of person.
You need blushing at the thought of kissing girls, Clark Kent from Smallville kind of a thing going. We're just like, this guy is such a...
You need good old boy Steve Rogers type positivity in him.
Yep.
And then you break him like they did with Steve Rogers in the MCU.
You don't have him brood until... Now look, at the end of Justice League, which is a trash fire film, and the one that we got... That was the Superman that we should have had all along.
The end. Yes.
The last few minutes. That's the only.
I want to see Superman die, get murdered
Henry
by
Cavill
Doomsday,
has
shot
gotten
to
the
the
short
sun,
shift
and then
so
come
much.
back.
He has it in him to be a great Superman, and he is
I
consistently.
want blue and red. I want Steel. I want Superboy. I want all the Supermen. I want everybody to think Superman's dead in the DCU, and then I want all the fake Superman to come back.
Yeah, they can't do it because they gave less than 2 movies before he was dead.
That's what I'm saying, but that's what I wanted from it.
Yep.
I wanted the whole build-up. I wanted all of it. I wanted the cyborgs defending the fucking I wanted all of it.
Take out part of Jack. Take care.
I think
we'll try our best.
Doesn't bring on Dwayne.
What is privatized? Can you explain what privatized means here?
All I do is I go
demonetized.
I private videos so no one can find it.
Oh, so you just unlist it?
No, there is another one private.
Some people start talking about things.
Unlisted basically means that it's not out there. You can't find it, but I give somebody a link you can. But private means no one can see it except for me.
Yeah.
And you can't even send a link.
Not true. Private, you can have it be to an email. So you can put in an actual YouTube account.
Yeah, aren't there a few Action Guys streams that were private that we still can watch?
Yeah, the first drunken watch along they made private, and I still
haven't watched it, but
I can actually make that. I think I make it.
Send it to me. I
made it unlisted.
I won't share it. I just want to watch it.
I don't think they know that though. I went into your YouTube page. I think I made it unlisted. I don't think they know that.
I mean, that didn't exist.
I don't know what they're doing with the Flash movie. Like, I'm not gonna believe that movie's made until I at least see a trailer at the very least.
Just like how New Mutants is in theaters, and I still don't believe it's real.
I think there's enough now that they're going to make a Flash movie.
I really want a Jay Garrett Flash movie.
Just the Justice Society movie in general.
That's what I actually want. Is a Justice
There's a Justice Society in Black Adam, I think, isn't there?
And then I want them.
Partial. Yeah, there's.
I hope it's the full Justice Society.
I don't know why I'm participating in this. I get so bored by these conversations.
Only if you're not done right. The problem is the comic books do things so much better than the movies do. And if they could just take 85% of what the comic books show, the movies would be amazing. Because comics are at their best when you forget that you're watching superheroes. You're not reading about superheroes. You're reading about persons. You're reading about tragedy. You're reading about successes. You're reading about all the things that humans.
Superheroes are the modern day Greek gods, like the Greek mythology.
It's all the same shit. It should be.
It's so much of that stuff. Now, I mean, when it comes to comics too. Yeah,
Dude,
The
the-
Boys is so good.
He said,
The
Okay,
Boys
he
is
said
so
who-
good.
Who has watched the first 3?
I haven't watched any of season 2 yet.
All right, I'm
I've
not
only
gonna
watched
spoil
the
it then.
first
I was gonna
It's
drop a
so
big
good.
spoiler.
I will just say hands mouth is all I'll say.
I was just gonna say,
I'm intrigued.
slight spoiler, but not something that's spoiler to the plot or anything else. Homelander identifies them as gods. He's like, we're gods. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't want to ruin the
Makes
context of it or anything else. But he literally just like,
that's
we're
his
gods.
that's his sociopathy and like an ego that driving
that's
that sort
how
of a
every
comment.
rich person and every powerful
That's someone.
person feels.
Yeah, we
I
all
mean,
know. We all know, and we know from the first season, so it's not as a spoiler. We
That's what I
know
said.
that they're not gods. We know that they're man-made creations.
Yeah, but
They are-
Homelander's
he doesn't
pretty
care.
close to a god.
Yeah, it's
Like a shitty god,
Yeah.
but he's pretty close to a god. Like Hades, he'd probably be the Hades if that was Greek mythology. Like real shitty god.
I'm just curious if they're gonna do Black Noir, how he actually is, because I read about it. I'm like, there's no way they're doing. There's
Just
no
like
way.
they're not going to do Mother's Milk, how she really was, or Stormfront, how he really. Actually,
Storm-
Stormfront's pretty close.
Stormfront
what
is-
I love that they cast. I know that Stormfront was originally male in the comics. I didn't read the comics.
He's
but
originally
what
like
I do know
Rob
is
Riggle.
I love Aya Cash. She's so good on You're the Worst. And what's
I've
so
never
great
seen
is
You're
that
the Worst. I have to
You're the
watch
Worst is so good. It's so good, and you can watch all of it on Hulu, I believe, right now. And it's 5 seasons. And Aya Cash as Stormfront is basically the same character from You're the Worst, only with superpowers. and she doesn't suffer from like really aggressive depression like in You're the Worst.
it. That's the whole thing. I think the reason
But,
why
like,
the boys
the
is
wit,
so successful,
the wit
is
and the line delivery is exactly the same. Like the kind of insults, it sounds like she just was plucked out of You're the Worst and put in the boys and was given electrical storm superpowers.
no, I don't know if you know the whole set of powers that she has, but that's only the
No,
scratching the surface.
because I'm only watching the show because I don't care enough to read the comic. So I'm only judging what's on screen, and what's on screen is what they tell me.
I'm just
So.
assuming that that's the bare bones of her character to come. I don't want to
Yeah,
say
I
anything
mean-
more than that, but
Well, I mean,
There's
we
a
saw
lot more coming.
we saw in a trailer, so it's not a spoiler. It was in a trailer. We've all watched a trailer where she literally says to Homelander, "Now laser my tits," which means that she's able to withstand something like a laser blast from Homelander
but they all
onto
pretty
her
much
skin.
are, right?
So
Right, but I'm
that
saying,
has
though-
not been shown in the first 3. So
Right,
we
but
don't have
all-
that.
without
I'm saying from
spoiling
that is-
anything, she's the second strongest superhero on Earth.
That's what it seems. Yeah, but
No,
all I
that's
mean
what
by
it
that
is.
is
Like,
yeah. What I'm saying,
I don't know if
though,
they're
is,
ever
like,
going to show that or say that. That might not ever exist. But like the unspoken rule is that she is the only one who isn't gonna bow down.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I mean?
all
Like,
I was,
she's not
all I
subservient.
was saying was that I
Women
actually
power.
lost my train of thought from all the interruptions from everyone
Sorry.
interrupting each other, including me interrupting you. So
God
I
damn it, a
think
host
no
really
one.
takes care of that. A host should really take
So in regards
fuck
to
you, Paul.
Malcolm, in regards
wait,
to
look.
Malcolm, I have played the game for about 6 hours or so. The story's pretty good.
I
The
haven't.
gameplay, I want to freaking throw my controller across the freaking room because just
you could
the
say
way-
fuck.
I'm so
Yeah, why are you censoring yourself? Are you that angry you can't even get out a curse word?
No, it's just a force I have it.
This
they,
fudge.
they make
Fudging game.
they
What's the
tried to
You
make
lit
Thor-
liquor.
They basically
Liquor.
they basically depowered Thor like a simple gunshot, and like he gets stunned and he like falls over. I'm like, this is fucking retarded. He wouldn't like stop, get stunned with a simple gunshot. Oh, it's pissing me off.
I wouldn't use that word, but otherwise, I have nothing else to add to that because I
Yeah.
haven't played the game.
I'm just playing Injustice again.
Which one?
The first one.
First
I'm
one.
still trying to get through Ghost of Tsushima because I keep like playing 10 minutes here or there, and then I just watch movies instead. Or, I've been binging TV like ever since July, where I just went ham on watching movies. I've just been trying to like watch TV and stuff to catch up on things I missed. So I think I've only watched like 11 or 12 movies this month so far.
Barely watched that after working
I've
so
just
much.
been binging Smallville. I'm almost done with it. And what did I start a week and a half ago? And there's 217 episodes, and I am almost done with season 8. So I have 2 more to go, I think.
I can't believe that far, and I really can't. 'Cause I know I remember when you started it. That's just amazing to me.
I watch
season
like
and a
12
half.
hours a day.
I got a season and a half left to my Doctor Who watch through.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the new Doctor stuff either. I haven't watched any of the new Doctor yet.
I started on the first Doctor, and I've watched every episode, including animations and stills.
Yeah,
and
I think that I really like Capaldi as the Doctor.
I enjoy him.
I was kind of Jodie Whittaker's. It's not Jodie Whittaker's fault. It's just I just don't like the writing.
I don't mind it. I didn't like the first season. The second season came.
Yeah. Jodie Whittaker is the 13th Doctor. Her stuff. I haven't watched anything yet, except for I watched the first season, but it was so late at night that I was already falling asleep. And I also technically I haven't actually. I need to rewatch the what is it? The Two Doctors or the first. The one where Capaldi turns into Jodie Whittaker because I think I was like high when I watched that. And it was like late at night or something.
That was okay. It was a pretty good episode.
A lot of the issues with her are how heavily they focus on social issues. But to me, when I rewatched the classic Who's, there was a lot of that even back then.
Oh yeah. The problem with it to me is like, I mean, it happened with Matt Smith, but when this ended, Peter Capaldi became Jodie Whittaker, and it was just a total transfer of team. Like it was like, first of all, like it was a new Doctor, new companions, new writers, new showrunner. And I know Moffat did a good job of that with Matt Smith. It took him a little while to it took him a couple of months to really get into the groove, but here we are 2 seasons in. I feel like, first of all, the whole season first was all like what I call Freak of the Week episode. It was like Monster of the Week or whatever. Like it just, there's barely any connection to anything. And I know it's how
no true serialization.
Kind of like true serialization, exactly.
But that was like the old school Who. That's what it was.
I know, and I remember that. But
Moffat was not a good showrunner.
The old school Who was also like 20-minute shows. And they do like 4 20-minute shows as serials in a way, so it was a little bit of serialization in like they're mini serializations in a way.
Like
Moffat created one of them. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Moffat created one of the most interesting and kind of like really the coolest character ideas in River Song. And then he proceeded to take that character and just drove it in the ground as the most irritating like addition.
New Who has my favorite thing in all of Who. Rewatching it all from the start. The Weeping Angels.
The Weeping Angels are very cool, but just like River Song, he did something with them where he just drove them to the ground where they stopped making like sense.
I love Chit.
I love the idea of the Weeping Angels, but then it just stopped making. The Statue of Liberty was randomly a weeping angel. Like, what the fuck are you
I honestly,
doing, man?
during my rewatch, I realized Matt Smith's episodes are I love Amy and Rory.
Excellent.
But the Matt Smith episodes are the worst episodes in the whole series. I didn't realize that.
Matt was great. It's all the writing.
The writing's
and the
terrible.
Stories.
And the Tom Baker
Matt
episodes, everybody loves Tom Baker. He's my least favorite Doctor out of all of them.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
during a rewatch, because I used to think he was good, and then once you watch the whole series through,
because I did that, and I thought he was so fine. I watched the whole series and I enjoyed.
I just don't like the stories that he has. I like the villains. I don't think he's bad as a Doctor. I just think his stories are the worst.
That's subjective opinion. I can go with that, I guess.
When I binged them all, because when you watch like 10 episodes a day, 15 episodes a day, it's different than watching it in a broken up thing. But I watched all of Classic Who in like a month, the entire Classic Who series.
Yeah, I did too, pretty much.
So it burnt me out. Like I still have not finished the series on my watch through that I started like January because I got so burnt out at one point. I was like, I just
there's
gotta
so many. There's like
series.
There's like 800 something episodes. It's okay to take a break.
It burnt me out hard.
I watched 5 year. This was in 2012. We're talking.
But all
so obviously there have been several since.
Eccleston season I burst through in a day.
Yeah.
David Tennant took me like 2 days, 3 days.
Well, Eccleston was 1 season.
He's great. He's my favorite Doctor.
Tennant was like what 2.5 seasons and a couple of specials, something like that.
That was the biggest soap opera in all of Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I love David Tennant's Doctor.
I love
Tennant. I love David Tennant.
Biggest soap
as
opera
Doctor.
The doctor's like, "Oh, I'm so detached. I'm so cold." Haha. No, wait, I love you. Oh, all right. I guess
Speaking of Tenet, has anyone seen it?
No,
what a transition.
I got
No, bro, I'm
got
trying to
free
survive.
tickets from my
Brought up the
movie theater
name
to go
David
yesterday, today, and I didn't go.
Kelsey, go
I'm
ahead.
trying to stay alive, bro.
Shut up.
From what I hear, the plot is confusing.
Kelsey, go first. We're going one at a time here. We're not going to have everybody talking to each other. Kelsey, go.
I was saying I got offered for free ticket from my movie theater. I think they're trying to just get people seats in to get word going because I guess no one's going, at least in Utah. They're like, hey, Kelsey, you are a frequent person here. Here's a free ticket for the 11 a.m. today. I just couldn't bring myself to go to a theater though, so I didn't see it. But
All right, Buck, what were you saying then? Go ahead, Buck.
From the reviews that I'm seeing and like people just posting tweets, so like I am so confused. Like it's just the whole plot is a little confusing, even for people that can follow most movies pretty well. From what I heard,
I would say what I heard. Richard Jarvie talked to him, and he saw it twice. He said the first time he thought it was like an 8 out of 10. Second time he thought it was a 9 out of 10, and he got it more the second time. But some things are left open ended, I guess, in a way, possibly. But he did like it and recommended it, so I'm gonna go see it.
did he see himself in it? Was he?
Yeah, I was going to say I recommend it because Richard Eric Jarvie's in it.
He
So I think
did
everybody
see
should watch it.
He spotted it. He said that when it gets on like home media, he'll pause it and screenshot it and show us. So
Okay, that was my question.
Malcolm rubbing it in all our faces. He saw it weeks ago.
there you go, Malcolm. You can tell us, Malcolm. You can tell us all about it.
Yeah,
I
what
know
are your
that.
thoughts?
I
Non-spoiler
do know
thoughts.
that Jarvie did say he had one possible potential scene that would have been more easy to spot, but that scene was not in the movie. So.
I will say that the main thing that I took away from all the reviews of Tenet without having seen it is that a lot of people said they didn't understand it, and that was the major criticism that they had. They said they didn't explain things enough. And to me, I don't need exposition. I don't need people to explain to me what's going on. I don't want that. I want to have to watch a movie multiple times to understand it. That's what makes me intrigued in movies. Memento, I had to watch that movie like 3 times before I really knew what the fuck I was watching. Like before it really settled in.
What Malcolm is saying here, something that I've heard a lot, is that Nolan seems to be really indulging in this sound mix.
This sound mix I heard about
of
too.
the past decade, and it's something that it makes me like you're really wary to see it in like a drive-in where you get like a radio or something in your car, because then you don't even have the proper like theatrical sound setup, so you're hearing it through a small speaker, and you don't. And if it's already awful sound mix.
Yeah,
if you could just remove the Nolan blowing himself aspect out of Nolan movies, it'd be way better. You know what I mean?
If
we could
If
just
you
isolate
remove that, then
part
it
of
wouldn't have been released until next year or something.
Yeah, we would have actually seen it in theaters, and then people would have went.
True.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing this.
I do, because he loves it.
Because he gets 20%. Because he gets 20% of the first
no,
dollar.
but then he should have waited. Because if he's worried about money, he should have waited.
Yeah,
Then he would have made more. It's literally just him being self-serving and him just wanting to be the only one out.
There is
he wants
one
to
other
save
issue.
cinema.
There's another issue though, that when films are made, a lot of financing isn't just like, here's this money, and when you make money, I get X amount back at some point. There's a lot of film financing that's kind of made up of loans and whatnot, and there is a time limit on a lot of these loans.
Yeah,
so for many studios, now this isn't saying every single film has every single part of this is exactly the same, but it seems like a pretty like widespread thing where many film like these loans and whatnot, they have a time limit, and then the studios have to kind of default in certain.
Usually, you're right, but with the COVID thing and everything, they've put a lot
means
of
nothing.
extensions.
Insurance hasn't really helped out on anything when it comes to financial.
I think
stuff
Paul was trying to
this.
talk.
Keep going. I'm interested in that aspect.
No, because businesses in general, lots of businesses that had lost income or big financial,
they've given a lot of cushions of things like that. You don't have to pay payroll tax. You don't have to do certain things.
Well, those are little things. I'm talking about when you have hundreds of millions of dollars. It's a little different when it's from multiple different financiers. It gets very complicated. Be honest,
it's hard for me to feel bad for people with hundreds.
No. I'm not talking about feeling bad. I'm talking about.
I just mean in general. It's really.
I'm talking about the studio is doing this because they know that they have to make money back somehow in order to pay back the financiers, and they also have to deal with the fact that in the contract there's a 20% first dollar gross for Nolan. Nolan only gets so much say.
But he lost
he's
out
not the
because
distributor. Yeah, but who gives a shit?
They would have. The distributor wanted to wait.
190,000 people
Nolan
lost out on people and their
them to put
family.
it out. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not. Like,
No,
I'm not.
oh no,
saying-
what I'm saying is,
I am saying though, Nolan would have made more money by waiting. He
yes,
lost
but
money
he's
by
not
putting
the
it out
only
now.
one. He's not the end all be all.
But he
on
was the
that
one who
thing.
pushed for it to come out now. The
Of
studio
course,
wanted to wait.
he might have he wanted it to be that, but in the end, he doesn't get final say because he's not Warner Brothers.
But
He
sure
has
he
a
does.
powerful film.
Sure it does, because Warner Brothers wants to suck his dick a little more. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be honest. Warner Brothers want to lose Nolan.
Warner
Nolan's
Brothers
probably-
wanted to wait till next year.
Nolan is probably the premier film.
Kelsey,
Well, I
in-
get that, but filmmaker
Robert,
or not, they're
okay.
a business, and if they know they're going to be losing money,
lose money on one film, but you're going to get 6 Christopher Nolan films later on down the line.
Yo, if you can keep 6 films
not
in
wrong.
the can for 2
You're not wrong
years,
with that comment.
so what I was gonna say is, as of right now, it's made 20.2 million in the U.S.,
It's-
126 international, and it's at 146.
Here's the thing: it's about the budget before marketing and advertising is about 200 to 225, and
they'll be lucky if
That's-
David.
so if there's another 100 to 150, which would be about right for that kind of film, for
Plus
for the
Nolan's
marketing,
25%.
let's say just for the sake of even numbers, it's 350 all in between budget and marketing. Now, in order for studios to make money back on that budget, because so many theaters have like 50% or around that, and it's even less when it's overseas, they need about 2.5 times the total budget to get
So
back for
about
them to
1
really start
billion.
making money.
about 1 billion, basically.
So
Let me ask you a
the-
question. Do you think we're going to start seeing more smaller theaters,
I hope
like
so. Oh,
bars
God, I
or
fucking
restaurants
hope so.
that will screen movies?
Oh,
And-
I thought you were gonna just say smaller movies.
well,
Sorry.
I mean smaller movies, absolutely. But
Yeah.
I mean like just smaller theaters, like more of a more backyard type, more like drive-in type, more less crowded, just more basic
I think that
integrations.
thanks to stuff like Scoob and Trolls and probably Mulan here, studios are seeing that there are more options than relying solely on the theatrical experience, because in the end, there's this big emphasis on the theatrical experience. In the lifetime of a film, more people are going to watch it on their TV at home than any had seen it in the theater. There's a finite period of time where it is in the theater. And then afterwards, how many films have we all seen where we discovered them watching them on TV?
I absolutely agree with you. I'm sad
Most
about
I mean,
movies-
God damn it, man. I saw Corky Romano like 20 times, and
Oh,
none
stop
of them were in theaters.
Here on Long Island, right? We have vineyards and things. If a vineyard had a screen and they did movie theaters, well, you got free wine, you sat on the grass, and people would pay any amount of money you charge them
Yeah.
to go and just get
And that's
drunk
not the
and
theater.
watch a
That's
movie.
not the theater. That's
But
just
it could be a theater.
That's what I'm saying, though.
That's what
It's
I'm
not
asking. Is there going to be
it's
more
not the
individualism to
theatrical-
theaters than
Of course, but
standard
what I'm
theatrical?
saying is it's not the one. It's not the ideal one that so many people are pushing. Of that you sit in a theater that's dark and you have the proper speaker system and
Well, they want everything to be in the right frame.
I think you're gonna see different attempts to do different things. So you're
That's
not
what I'm
going to
hoping.
Most movies they do pre-production, production, and post-production for to be seen in a theater. Movies are edited to be seen in a theater. They don't edit them for us to watch them on our computers.
It depends on what movie, because anything by Netflix, Amazon, or Hulu
No,
is
I'm
watch
saying
for us to watch
the-
on a computer.
The normal, general Hollywood movie are made to.
I think that's
Maybe-
changing. Normal general Hollywood movie, most of them are made on streaming platforms now, so it's not general or normal anymore. It's the exceptional ones. I think the exceptional
I'm
ones
talking
are
about
still going to
companies
be.
like Disney, Warner
more
Brothers.
people have seen Adventures of Pluto Nash on television than they have in theaters.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
watched it in theaters and on DVD. Thank
I know.
you.
I'm saying more people.
I
have
know.
seen it.
I don't. That's not a
Big
positive.
companies.
That wasn't a,
Big companies. You're just saying big
I thought
companies.
this was called 8 times in theaters. I got you beat for not positive.
And we're gonna
Well,
see.
me, but you guys.
You see them making big movies for the big screen, and then the
Yes.
smaller movies for the small screen.
that's
It's
exactly
gonna-
what's going to happen. But I would like
we
to
all-
see art houses.
Here's another thing I'm a little worried about. I could see this happening too. Disney buys Regal Cinema,
Mhm.
or
Now,
something,
the f-
and then all of a sudden you get, we'll put all our Avengers movies in. We'll screen your Warner Brothers movies, but at a higher rate or something like that.
What-
And you're going to see like Disney specific theaters, and Warner Brothers got to counter and get A and what is it? AMC.
A24? Oh,
remember AMC has that weird thing where they made that agreement with Universal where they didn't consult any of the other major theater chains, and it has nothing to do with any of the other studios. So it's very bizarre, this agreement they have where they'll show the film for 17 days. That's one full weekend, a week, a weekend, a week, and then a third full weekend, and then they could drop it on premium on demand.
I would
after that.
I would like to see museums get rights to art house films and them do it as part of a museum entrance package where you can go see art, especially like specific films that integrate to what the museum's doing and things like that. I want the movie going experience to become more of a full experience and not just seeing a movie. Like I would love for individual things. Like if you could go see horror movies and haunted houses and shit like that. Like I want it to be more specialized and more intrinsic so that not only you're seeing the movie, but you're feeling everything the movie has to offer.
I've been paying attention to the stocks and stuff a lot during this whole thing. My dad and I have been playing the market, trying to do what we can with because oil crashed, so let's buy some mats for when it goes back up because it's something that everyone's going to rely
and they
on.
go back up.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. So something that I paid attention to was I was like, I wonder if we should invest in AMC because the theaters are crashing and maybe something will happen, it'll go up. We didn't. I wish we did because of one specific thing that happened and we would have cashed out. AMC was down in the dump with their price. Could have bought a bunch at like $1 a share or something. And then came the rumor that Amazon wanted to buy AMC. And the rumor had it jump to like $5 or $6 a share.
Wow.
And then it went back down after a while because like within a day,
100.
Yeah. Within a day, that was like, wait a minute, the rumor's kind of mixing up. That we don't know if they're saying they're trying to buy AMC Theaters, which is AMC Entertainment Group, or AMC the network. And it got very weird and muddled, and then they ended up not doing anything so far. But just the rumor itself might have put the idea in Amazon's mind because they're the closest thing to Disney in terms of owning shit. Disney owns your childhood. Amazon owns your day-to-day.
Everything else. Yeah, everything else.
So, I mean, it's a very interesting thing because Amazon could jump in. Apple could buy certain stuff. These giant companies could all buy them. And if I'm not mistaken, the Paramount Accords was just ended. And the Paramount Accords was the agreement between all theaters and studios where studios can't just buy theaters and exclusively show their own things.
Yeah. It could be that way too. There's a lot of different ways. We're not going to know. We're not going to know what's going to happen. So
thank you, critically acclaimed, for me listening to their podcast discussing the Paramount.
Thank you, Bibbs.
Just thank you, Bibbs and Whitney, for being amazing.
Bibbs and Whitney.
Great. Very amazing people.
I love them.
Bibbs has a big match this week.
Yeah. Facing James White tomorrow. Well, today. Later on today.
A beauty meets a beast.
Me and Quiz Show
The
might be
out.
going live a little bit early today because I don't work, so we may be able to do it like right as the episode drops.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if we'll go live after. Let me think we usually do.
Yeah, we'll go. We're normally at like 4:15, 7:15. But today we will be right when it drops, which will be real dope.
Unless when I go to bed, I don't wake up till 2.
Man, put an alarm on right.
Alarm
Go on your
clock.
phone. Go on your phone. Put an
Right
alarm
now.
on.
I'll probably
On
set
camera.
I'll set it for noon. I'll set it
We're
for
holding
noon.
you accountable.
God damn it. That's right. It should be a good fun week. I like all the matches this week. Bibbs and White are gonna be a good match. I think Bibbs got it. I do want to Paul and Marisol gonna be good, but I really want to see is Roca and Collins. That's what I really want to see. Because that's gonna be, like I said on C2A, if you didn't watch it, I think that's if it's gonna be a upset, that's that one's more likely than the other ones, I think.
What's funny is every week, the past few weeks, it's like every round one has an upset. And now it seems like it's like every week has an upset.
Because there's no pressure under the lights anymore.
That's part of it.
Players who are used to playing at home
But now there's the pressure of, can you do it from the comfort of your own home where you're used to studying and answering these questions?
A lot of players are used to the pressure building them up, and they don't have that extra boost. Mm-hmm. I don't think that like Roca feeds off of fan energy more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. He's like a Mick Foley. Mick Foley won a title But the reason he got so popular was because people knew that he was winning, and they all tuned out of WCW to watch Mick Foley win a title.
Mhm.
You know what I
I'll
mean?
be right
Like,
back.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It should be interesting, but yeah, I think Collins is great. I like Collins.
fantastic! Actually, I met him in the first New York show. He
was he
couldn't
there?
find the bar.
Really? I didn't know he was there.
No, he was he had the VIP package, the backstage package. He was like, "Oh, they only have beer." I was like, "No. Follow me.
Follow me.
If you ever need to know where the liquor is, just find me." But I'm pouring a green tea shot as a salutation to Lando.
Lando?
You know?
Lando, I get that. Good. Mr. Lando, wish you were in here tonight. Maybe
He's probably sleeping for once.
That is the other one. That's the other one that couldn't be. I mean, I think Bibbs is going to beat Way. I have no doubt, almost no doubts about that. I have no doubts.
I agree.
Thank you. So that could
Paul's the most hot and cold player out of all the four main number ones.
I agree with that.
Do you think we're gonna get the dates for the next set of matches? Because right now, Friday is the last day of announced matches.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're hoping because we'd like to actually schedule ahead of time.
I think it goes down to back to two matches.
Yeah, it's 2 matches a week after this, and the Patreon ones drop on Mondays. So
Correct. Yeah, that's what it said in the
Fridays I think are
Discord.
going to be live, and the Mondays, the Thursday matches we're going to get on Mondays.
Right.
If I read it right, I could be
I
wrong.
love all the matches you've been getting, but like, it's just a little bit much at this point. I'm kind of like,
All right.
I mean,
Well, as reactors, I understand that, but as a fan, I say fuck you guys.
I know.
It makes it like a lot of people. I've seen Patreon patrons saying like, "Oh, then why am I bothered to pay for Patreon?" I'm like, well, because you get all of this shit. Shut the fuck up.
See, this
Appreciate
is the thing that frustrates me. Like, we shouldn't be. To be honest, we couldn't be getting matches at all right now.
right,
Are
and
you
even then we
really
get 1 or 2 a
complaining?
week. But people are like, "Oh, we're not gonna get 4 matches." And I'm like, "Yo, shut the fuck up."
I know one person who's probably glad we're done with 4 a week.
Every single reactor.
Nerd Chronic. He's like,
Nerdchronic.
Oh yeah,
he's like, finally.
I
Oh,
can
me
take a
too.
nap.
AK. Also Brian Ward. Also,
Yeah.
Yeah,
every single
Behind the
reactor
scenes, people.
in the whole.
I'm gonna be kind of bored because I'm gonna have to do 2 a week.
Yeah, but now you can do 1 on Mondays and 1 on Fridays, and not. Have
I
to
know,
worry
but
about
the
those
thing
days
is, the
until-
one on Wednesday we can't do how we normally do it, where we have people in the chat, unless I post it in the generals chat.
unless you do it with people who are $10 patrons.
Yeah, which is
Most
For
people, like I feel like most super fans are $10 patrons.
Yeah.
I'm sure
think
that,
so.
I know there's a few that aren't, but I know that like the majority of the people who actually care about every match that drops and who are going to watch reaction videos and things, I feel like
Yeah.
the majority of them are $10 patrons.
If they aren't, then they want to be, and they just can't handle it.
And anybody who can't afford it and they need, I'll give them-
$10 is really not that hard for your
to
budget.
some
So
people.
I've
it
always
is.
justified it is Schmodown's more important to me than Netflix and stuff
I
like
get
that.
it.
I'm willing to pay $15 above for Netflix. I don't rarely actually watch the Patreon matches when they qualify for the Patreon. I
I
usually
get it
end up-
all, but
get
I'm
it
willing
later,
to.
but-
I'm willing to front people money.
But
if they
I
really need
wanna-
it that bad.
I want to give Schmodown my money. So
Yeah, I want to support him absolutely.
I'll always I'll spot anybody who really needs it that bad. If there's a month with somebody who's a patron for their whole lives can't afford it, just message me. Yeah, like I don't give a shit.
So yeah, what else we got to talk about? Well, we do have Janine and the Warfather as well. I'm really, really psyched and really happy to see Janine back in action.
Yeah,
I
so
love
excited for
Janine, and I love the fact that she's getting this match. And I hope that after this, she gets Kevin Smith 1-on-1.
Ooh.
I think that
that. Rachel would be so jealous.
I think the winner of this match has to get some type of big match. Otherwise, why have it as an undercard on a pay-per-view?
Well, that's true because we've had like Wild Berries versus Real
But
Reject.
that's different. That's
Why?
the Wild Berries versus because that match was put on there for entertainment purposes solely.
What I think kind of is too because Janine's a character. Warfather's funny. It's like
Yeah, but
it's not quite.
I
Not quite
don't
What do you
think
think?
character matches go as well on digital. When you're talking about live matches, that's a different thing. But when you talk about digital, it's got to be about the trivia more than anything else.
I disagree. I think it's not
I
going
don't
to be
think
that way.
they flow as well otherwise. Because the entrances, Barbarian's entrance was great. Like when he came through the curtain and everything. Video Drew, fantastic. But I don't think on average that character work works as well online. And I think that was Drew's biggest problem too, is that he's like, it takes you out of it.
Ferris, always good to see you, my friend.
Yes, we love you.
Send him
Ferris.
a link. Tell him to come on the show.
Come on, if he wants a link, let me know. Ferris going to be out anytime. But yeah, no, I get it. I get what
How
you're saying.
long do you think they knew about this match? Yeah.
I don't know. I came out of
Let me-
nowhere. I didn't hear anything about it.
Let me
for
ask you a
real.
question. Would you have preferred, which is what I wanted the undercard to be, a Wildberry Civil War, Kuga versus Dewberry?
I would love to see that sometime.
I think they're saving that for an actual.
I just think that would have been a bit. Well, that's what I was saying. I think they're gonna save it for live. Any big character matches. So I don't think they wanted to put anything that was super storyline heavy because we don't know where we're gonna be next year yet. Even.
I don't think it's just going to be a fun match. So I think that's what it is.
I think it's gonna be
really
a great match. I think Janine's gonna murder him.
could. Yeah, could
I
very well.
love Warfather. I think he's one of the best
It's
characters.
gonna be about round 2. Like every match, round 2. Like we really saw it with Chance's match. Chance had a perfect first round. He gets comic books, and you're like, oh, he's gonna slay this because he just won the Intergame tournament.
I've never felt so insecure about Chance after that match.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, so he's come back down to earth.
It's literally about what questions you get though. Every single match is the same shit.
That's what I was trying to say earlier when we were talking about the free for all thing or the last general standing. Like when
If you
there's
just
all
get
the jokes,
shitty
it's
questions
like,
that you don't know,
man,
you're fucked.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Like you can be strong.
Right, there
Like,
could be 5 Boondock Saints questions.
all of us could want to participate, and we can all get so many questions, including in
Paul could
things
be in the
that-
match, and it could all be Ed Harris questions.
and then he could just flub, and it could be like in what 1998
Paul will
film.
never flub on an Ed
No,
Harris question. That's
hey,
disrespectful.
no, but
Do
it
not
doesn't
disrespect
matter.
Paul like that.
Plenty of people have given the wrong answer when they knew the right answer. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
But
He could-
Paul
the
would never
question could be
disrespect Ed Harris by
Nominate
giving the wrong
Ed
answer.
Harris was nominated for an Oscar for what
Oh,
1998
what other
film,
person was
and he'll
nominated that year?
accidentally accidentally say Pollock, even though the answer is Truman Show.
No, but that's my
But
word. That's my
That's
number
what
one
I'm
pet
saying.
peeve with a lot of
You
questions.
can make that mistake.
The category would be like, oh, Glenn Close. And then they'll be like, what actor that wasn't Glenn Close was in this movie and did this thing? And you're like,
Exactly.
wait a minute, wait.
Malcolm makes an excellent point. Janine's in the usual suspects. Warfathers with the burning droogs. Both of them at the bottom of the standings.
Good point. That's a good point. Get their
Well, I
standings
think
up.
that's why they did it. They're trying
Yeah.
to boost. And
Yeah,
they don't
they're-
have a lot of people in the tournament anymore either, both those teams.
Very true.
I'm just
they
surprised
have
that
one
we're
each, right?
getting
We got Jader
Jader.
Hold on.
Yep.
and Ethan.
We're gonna jump back to call to action here. In a second.
Yep, he's right. There's one each.
That's why they're doing it, because they know that there's no points they're getting.
Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, they got one agent. Jader is facing Tom, and that might not go so well. For
I don't know, though. Tom looked beatable in his last match.
He does, but I don't think he looks beat over by Jader. I think
The reason why Tom looks beatable is he was too focused on character.
I didn't say it looks beatable. I said it looked beatable. But I don't know. Jader, if Jader studies cracks down, I don't think it's an impossible thing.
no, it's not possible. No doubt,
Like
it's impossible.
I think Perry beating Mark Riley would be a bigger surprise than Jader beating Tom.
Yeah. No, you know what? Actually, I'm going to disagree with you on that. I think,
Really?
well, it's close. It's close.
I think if I'm looking at everything that's on the screen right now, the biggest upset would be if Perry beat Mark Riley. Zipper's opponent's not listed yet, but if Ethan Irwin and Zipper beat him, then I'd obviously think Ethan Irwin would be the same thing with. Actually, if Lon beat Roca or Adam Collins, I don't think that would be an upset at all.
No.
If Barbarian beats Bibbs, I think he's been talked up.
What
enough.
about if Liz beats Chance?
That's
A lot of people say that Liz is as smart as Ethan. And if you can't have it both ways. Either she is that good or she's not.
That's a Christian said, but we haven't actually seen enough.
Well, that's
about
what Ethan.
That's the whole
said.
thing. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect from Liz because
The
I
more
didn't
she
even
settles-
realize during our reaction and play along, he pulled up her record. I was like surprised how many times she had played and how little
She almost made it to the end of that tournament last year.
it had left a like an impression on me. And then I realized I didn't watch any of the fall tournaments last fall because I was busy getting ready to get married. So I was like distracted.
For a reason.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. So
I just wish that she didn't have to play Rachel.
I think her problem is more about nerves than anything else. So I think the more comfortable she gets, the more dangerous she's gonna be. You could see she knows shit. She just flubs a lot. Like that's her number one problem.
She doesn't have a killer instinct yet. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She hasn't gotten like that.
Who's this that we're talking about?
Liz Miller.
Very nice. Very nice. I don't know if she's got to get like that little to be able to punch somebody in the face kind of thing.
Yeah.
That means a lot. It means a lot being that kind of cocky.
And she's advanced a lot under Winston.
Yeah,
Ferris, what's the context behind your comment here? I'm confused.
What did he say?
I just dare you in general.
Oh, he's just mad at you in general because you say a lot of upsetting things.
In life.
Like Boondock Saints isn't a masterpiece of a film. See, some people just say words and other people get offended.
So, in regards to Malcolm, Drews have one.
The only thing offensive is Boondock Saints is an editing nightmare. Anyways, continue, Buck.
Malcolm, I'm asking which factions have the most. So, Drews have one. The Den has two. The Dungeon technically right now has two, but by the end of the week they could have
Finstock
one.
Exchange has two, but they'll probably have three.
Barbarian,
Riley,
and Roka.
And Roka's probably going to win.
Corruption has 3.
No, they have. Wait. Corruption has one in the second round, 2 that are playing for the first round.
Yeah, but like as of right now, they have
still
3,
in the tournament. Yes.
Still in the tournament.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about just second round matches.
Quirky Mercs.
When we talk about how many are left, that just means there's still potential points for that faction right now. regardless of what round.
Quirky Mercs have 3 as of this moment. Rockstars 1,
2, right?
2. Swag 1,
3.
And Usual Suspects is 1.
Never looked this up before.
I'm literally just looking at the rosters.
And stop looking at the stats after today.
Yeah, I need to really. So yeah, it's happened the last 2. I was looking up the stats and I clicked on the wrong. Yeah, I was like,
because we don't live react when it happens. We do it a couple hours.
We will tomorrow
So Brandon pulls up the stats while we're talking about it right before it begins, and he's like, shoot.
Well, no, because
he spoils himself.
Because I'm trying to look.
He soiled himself.
Soils himself. My God.
Yeah, because I'm trying to say, all right, what will the standings be if this team or this team wins? And then I was like, oh, Finstock Exchange in first. Okay, that tells me.
Ferris. That I think the problem with that was that we had already moved on from that topic, and there's about a 15 to 18 second delay between what we do and when it plays on YouTube.
Ferris,
and then your comment
comes.
comes.
In person.
Yeah, just why don't you come online if you're going to just try to interject in a conversation? 20 seconds.
I need one
late.
other person that's going to support the Boondock Saints on a stream with me. Just be me. Jake left, so we need somebody who's going to.
Jake unceremoniously left. I think he's
Yeah, he just.
that's right.
Jake ghosted. He Irish goodbye.
Jake does what I do. Like I'll literally just leave.
I thought you were saying that Jake follows your lead.
Yeah, normally like when I would do these Zoom calls like with friends like all night at the beginning.
You
of
have
quarantine,
friends? So jealous.
I would just drink. I'd sit at the desk here and I would just drink a bunch and then I would just smoke a bunch. And the thing is, I'd smoke so much because it was like really strong stuff that it would just end up like making me sit here catatonic. So I'd be like, all right, it's bedtime. And instead of goodbye, I'm the one who's hosting. So I'll just give hosting job to someone else and I'll just sign off without saying goodbye.
Quizra, you're local to me, right? You're in the Northeast.
Sure. We're local, Philadelphia and Brooklyn. They're the same thing.
I'm not in Brooklyn. I'm on Long Island. So much
Whatever.
Even farther. It's even
New
farther.
York. I don't give a shit. Go
We're
on.
better. Sorry. I get you. The best.
My
weed
apologies.
you've ever
Jeff.
fucking
Thanks,
smoked
Ferris.
in your life. You know?
Has anybody watched Cobra Kai? That's the first one to know.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
haven't
seen
seen-
great show.
anything Karate Kid related in my entire life. So
Until quarantine, I had never even seen the
The
original Karate
last
Kid.
episode had a CGI scene that literally broke me, and I almost giggled, and I shouldn't have giggled. And I'm not going to go into any more details than that because I don't want to ruin the show for
The
anyone.
only
But it
Karate
was
Kid thing I
fantastic.
had ever seen
But I
was
laughed
the
out loud.
Jaden Smith
Oh,
Jackie
fuck
Chan
you.
film.
Fuck you. Sorry.
Hey! I didn't think it was that bad, and I thought that Jackie Chan was.
You didn't think it was that bad because you
really
never
good.
watched the original movie. If you watched
Well,
the
here's the
original
deal. I'm
movie.
not. Yes, so I never saw the original, so I got to watch a film on its own merits.
Okay. And did you watch the other
I
one?
didn't- Then of course the original is so much better. But Jackie Chan
All right,
gives
fine. As long as
Jackie Chan on his own, his performance in the Harold I think it's Harold Swart, the director, in the 2010 film. He's really
nobody
good.
asked question on shit.
Sorry, I pulled one of those Scott Mantz like, oh, it was
who did the
it was directed
what year
by
was
this
that?
man,
And who was the cinematographer?
2010. I don't give a shit about the cinematographer. Fuck you. It's not Roger Deakins. Why should I know?
I'm so aggressive.
I'm more than happy to have you on, but I do gotta say, I think we are gonna be wrapping up a little bit soon. It's like 5 a.m.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
fuck. Yeah, it is.
So I'd love to have you on, Malcolm. I think probably next time at this point I want to invite you on and say, hey, what's up, Malcolm, and then see you later. You know, kind of. I think definitely next time, Malcolm, hit me up and we'll definitely get some in there. Whatever though. So, when we go on, any last topics we want to discuss real quick? We have a couple more minutes left. I'll hang out, and then before we wrap it up,
can we discuss how it sounded like you were going to hype that this could get weird and it didn't? So I'm mildly disappointed.
I'm actually very proud of us for not getting this stream demonetized.
It's because
then Philippe shows up. I just said that. All right, Philippe, you show up.
All right, everyone. Everyone have a great night. Everyone remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Wait, where's Excalibur?
Okay, he did say that. I literally, Malcolm was on. He's like, yeah.
Are we gonna have quiz show lose another match? Can we do that?
Fuck you.
We have time?
Asking me stupid fucking Star Wars questions.
You know what?
Sure. Star Wars question.
All right, I'll send you guys. Fuck it, I'll put it right in the chat. I don't care. I'll jump in. Go ahead. Jump on. There you go. We're gonna jump on
Chaim.
for like half hour. So 20 minutes. If you want to come on, great. I might drop it anytime and say, fuck you all, I'm going to bed. But for right now, we'll continue a little bit. Philippe, so good to have you back, my friend.
I'm never awake on a Sunday, so this is a rare thing for me.
Yeah, because it's Labor Day, so people are like a lot of people are off.
So what were we talking about?
I'm not down.
You were asking Philippe how he was doing, and then we all interrupted.
Flipper, how you doing?
I'm good. I just came from a lecture. Well, I sat right here attending the
Weird
lecture.
that you came during a lecture.
Wow.
Well, that's the.
Don't we all do that?
Knowledge really gets me off too, man.
Yeah, that's the upside of doing it
make
like
sure that
on
we
the
have
computer because no one can see
Kelsey
what you're
plug
doing.
herself. By the way, I was dying when Paul.
I'm a
did that on
sapiosexual. Really turned on by knowledge.
Brandon, don't bring up the idea of Kelsey.
Welcome, Malcolm. Cheers.
Yeah, but a good segue into the Smallville Lex Luthor because we could totally talk about that.
No one can see what's going on
Lex
below
Luthor
here,
plug-in.
so you have no idea what's happening right now.
We prefer Bigville, Kelsey.
I gotta ask you a question real quick though. Sorry posted on Twitter today about a Finnish version of Lord of the Rings called The
Oh
Hobbit.
yeah, Ben
I saw
Meckler, I
that.
think, shared that there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so fucking weird.
How have you seen it?
I had never heard of it. I did not know that existed.
And the guy who
It
plays
looks horrible.
the guy who's obviously playing, I think, Bilbo Baggins, he looks like Billy Boyd, but he sounds like Ian McKellen.
Really, I haven't seen any footage of it. I just thought like
Just look at I think Ben Meckler is the one who shared it. Ben Meckler, the guy.
I don't
who
trust any tweets
does
that come
all
from
those
Ben
great-
Meckler.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
know.
Not sorry.
He's great.
Oh, I love him, but I just
You know
don't
that-
trust
The show,
any
the
fucking
show that he
news
the show that he co-wrote for the Netflix series Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast is a really wonderful animated show on Netflix.
Did you ever hear of Malcolm at this whole Lord? I know you're a Lord of the Rings guy too.
I haven't heard anything about this at all.
Oh, good. That's I'm curious about watching it. So anyway, all right. Oh, Kelsey, what do you want to talk about, Kels? Let's talk about anything you want to talk about. Lex Luthor. You go ahead and talk about. Go ahead, scream and spray yourself all over the place.
Okay, where's the waterfall gift? No. I'm just very disappointed on season 8 on, not because of anything else wrong with the show. The show, I'm still enjoying it, but I miss Lex. I miss him so.
And you want to know why? And you want to know why he is not on the show anymore?
Mm-mm. Oh
He didn't
yeah,
want-
I don't know, but yeah, you tell me.
He basically did not want to play Lex anymore. That was
So
but him and Tom
Fair.
Welling to get go and find the outtakes. There's
Mhm.
one where he's like serious Lex, and they say action, and he's super. It's so funny. He's
I
the
mean,
best.
I said in the
I
chat the
love
other
him as
day, like
Lex.
in my head, he's my go-to Lex Luthor because
Yeah,
I think
he's
he
so
was
good.
the first one I was aware of.
Mhm.
I mean, Michael Roseman was my go-to Lex Luthor. Then John Cryer happened, and
I haven't seen him, so I can't.
And Ferris says the same thing in the chat. Yeah,
Ferris, join the stream. The link is right there.
But I have to say, though, I have never been a Lex Luthor or Superman fan. Like, honestly, towards the bottom of my list of DC characters of interest levels. And this show has brought them to where I am super excited to, like, go revisit the Superman movies and things like that to try to, like, I don't know, through these new eyes, appreciate them more.
They haven't done Lex correct in any live action, though. Like, Gene Hackman is... I can't watch Gene Hackman's.
Yeah, that was weird. I saw the original Superman.
No, he's
Superman
not.
movie.
He's a terrible Lex. He's a terrible Lex.
Don't besmirch. No one's gonna besmirch Gene Hackman on my.
I love Gene Hackman as an actor, but I did not like Lex. That's one reason I don't like Lex, or I didn't like Lex. Like, I thought he was an awful character.
The whole thing can't be, though.
We didn't go to sleep, Ferris. You can jump on because he said he'll kick us all off whenever he wants to go to bed. But for the moment, we are still on here until he says goodbye.
Yeah, so
I didn't mind Kevin Spacey at the time, but now, yeah.
Don't you mean Christopher Plummer?
That's true. And Jesse Eisenberg he's different. That's all. It's
I didn't mind him as a character. I just not Lex. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, he went into read for Jimmy Olsen. Zack Snyder saw it. He's like, oh, he changed his mind and he made him Lex. It was supposed to be Bryan Cranston. I'm like, oh, that would have been so good.
He would have been a great Lex. Yeah. He really would have.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg is different the same way that kid in kindergarten who ate glue in the corner of the room is different.
Fair.
Wow.
Fair.
But Kelsey, once you finish actually watching Smallville, they've actually done a comic series of a season 11 of Smallville, which follows on. So once you finish the series, track those down.
That comic introduces a lot of, like, there's like Green Lantern, like there's a lot of cool stuff that they did in that season 11 comic.
You just have to remember though that it's a comic, so you don't actually get to see your actual fave guy on screen.
Fair.
But I am intrigued to see what Kelsey's thoughts will be with the series finale.
I'm gonna probably talk to me in like 3 days. I'll probably be there.
Right? You're gonna do like a season a day?
Honestly, there's been days where I watch an entire season and then some in a day. Like, I started this a week and a half ago, and I said I'm about to start season 9. So
there's like 20 to 22 episodes. Like,
there's 217 episodes total, and I have 2 seasons left.
Yeah. One thing though about seasons 8 through 10 that I like is the whole. It's not like a crossover, but it's like they're big. Includes all these characters, like seasons 8.
Hold on. Can we all stop for a second? Can we all just acknowledge that?
All right, good to go, guys. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you all later.
Wait.
Have a good night.
Hashtag Save Ferris. Can we do a hashtag Save Ferris?
We love Ferris.
I want to make T-shirts. No, he really needs to make Save Ferris T-shirts though.
Beats.
I'm a marketing genius, is what I am. I just
isn't Save Ferris a band?
Yeah.
It's also a line from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they all made Save Ferris T-shirts. So you need a Save Ferris T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm not getting sued. Okay.
That's not the point. The point is making money, Ferris.
You spell your name different. You're fine.
I'm trying to make you money, man.
If anyone can save Ferris, it's probably Kelsey here on the screen. That's the only one I think might have a chance at saving Ferris.
I don't think anybody needs to save Ferris. Ferris is already a legend on his own rights.
That's true.
Yeah, but Ferris needs to save us because, like, the hierarchy in the chat is all
right. If he keeps talking, the crow's gonna pop on, and then we're all gonna.
Yeah, ever since Ferris left, I mean, we all got to fucking shit on Philippe all the day now. Like, there's no one up.
Hey, I suggested that we go after Jake.
That's right. Well,
we already go after Jake and the other chat.
Y'all go after me, but I'm gonna strike back. Like, I'm not.
Gang up on Paul. That's really who we should be gang up on.
Yo, you're so goddamn inebriated. You don't even know what the fuck is going on in the damn chat half the time. Like,
right now.
Yeah.
right.
Right now, I'm pretty.
Joe smokes 2 blunts and takes 4 shots
I
all at
haven't
the same
smoked
time.
in like a month.
That's amazing to me, man. That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
I'm on that sober train. I've been working out every day. You know this.
I know for the Bernie Kosar jersey, right?
I'm gonna have abs by next season. You're gonna see me show.
The crop top.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wear it if they let me.
You know what? You know what? I should sue Gucci. I'm gonna sue Gucci. He said one size fits Gucci.
Did you catch?
No, don't. That man.
No.
He's a tiny human being.
Yeah, but it fits me.
That some high shot didn't fit me.
But the Kozar shirt fit me, and I'm way bigger than you. I don't understand. I think
you missed it in the chat. Like you can see the message that says like Faris has left. Right after that, it's just me going, "Oh no, I don't want to be the new Faris."
He is legend.
He is legendary. Faris is the man. Faris is the man, the myth, the legend. So Faris,
I don't really get to see the chat because I left it, so I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, I'm not like one of those people who like say I'm gonna leave the chat, then like stay until everyone like acknowledges them, then they leave because they're egotistical. Let me see what these people say about me.
No, you pulled the Doug Cassell. You like sent a message saying I'm out, and then you were gone.
Boom.
When you're at a party, you just shout bye and leave. You don't let anyone say bye.
Felicia. No way. As the door's closing.
I sometimes at parties I just don't even say bye. I just leave.
Yeah, it's called an Irish goodbye.
Yeah, I just do an Irish goodbye. I just go like, you know what? I'm out.
Buck does all the time.
Oh, really?
Buck, you're still here. Like that. That's what he did. He just did it.
I just get drunk and I tell people to go fuck themselves and then walk off.
Yeah.
It is 5:16 in the morning, so I'm probably going to be signing off in a minute.
Okay, that's cool. Then let's talk Karate Kid because that's what Ferris wanted to talk about. He came out and he's going to talk about Karate Kid. Go ahead, say your piece about Karate Kid, Ferris, and make sure it's good. So I think you're on the right side of history here.
I know that I know nothing about.
Karate Kid was illegal, and that bitch should never won that tournament. Sorry.
I watched it with my little brother because he.
First one?
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, the first one. He didn't know what the hell it was because he watched the Cobra Kai, the TV show. On Netflix, he watched it. He was like, "Yeah, I like this." And I was like, "You watched the original one?" He's like, "What's the original one?" I was like, "The original Karate Kid." He's like, "The one with Jaden Smith?" It's like, "No."
Oh man, Quiz showed us Irish goodbye us now.
Yeah,
he was upset that we talking about Karate Kid.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, "No, the original one." He's like, "All right, fine." And I literally was doing my homework as he's watching the Karate Kid right behind me. It's like watching. He's sitting on my bed watching the Karate Kid, and I'm doing my homework, and I just kept doing this.
You can't not watch it when it's on, right?
I couldn't watch. Like I stopped doing my homework.
All right,
right.
Before we get to anything, can we just take a moment to appreciate Boondock Saints for the masterpiece that it is? I mean,
so why not? Yeah, why not? You know, I'm not a film critic. I don't gotta dissect these films analytically. It's a great film. Whatever. It's a great film. You know.
Do you know more about it than Jake does?
I needed.
Do I know more about it than Jake does?
Yeah.
Well, a quiz has to be put upon to finally answer that question.
Who directed it?
I'm in.
That Quentin Tarantino wannabe. What is his name?
I feel like I know more about this movie than any one of you people.
It's really me.
When you say the name, it's gonna click in my mind. I'm never gonna.
Joseph, let him know.
Who played Vincenzo Lazzarini?
I had to do it when you guys brought it up. I'm like, I have to do this.
Quiz show actually just did it.
I know.
That's what I heard.
All right, Joseph. Who's the one who directed it?
Troy Duffy.
Troy Duffy. See, now it's never gonna leave my head.
Went out to LA to make a music video and ended up making a movie.
Yeah, that's why the editing is so horrendous.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care, honestly, Joe. I just watched the film. I love the film. I don't really care.
I hate. It's not great. It's not done well, but the way they do it, the first time you watch the movie, you don't know what's going on until you see it.
Yeah.
So
you know, I live in the PJ Campbell world.
I never saw the movie until I was in college.
PJ doesn't hate films. He just likes films more than other films.
It's true. Actually, I feel I kind of more that way too.
Yeah, I know you're a bad film when PJ Campbell says the film sucks.
I just hate when a movie I like is bad. Like, no, you don't like it. It's okay to not like something. Don't tell me it's bad. Don't tell me that it's shitty just because you don't like it. Like, just say you don't like it. That's fine. We don't need.
Film is subjective. It is
it's
subjective.
subjective. Yeah,
All
man.
film is subjective.
What was that?
Phone wallpaper.
Oh,
dear gosh.
Man, I stand Michael Rosenbaum so hard.
No, I do too.
I do too, so hard.
I got off during this chat, so I got to say during this whole chat about it. So I'm gonna come back on and I'll say yes. Michael Rosenbaum's also my favorite Lex Luthor.
He's the best Lex Luthor. It's not a debate. That's the only comic book character we can't debate on. Some people like Henry Cavill, some people like Chris Reeves, and some people actually like Tom Welling. That's not a far-fetched thing. But Lex Luthor,
he didn't technically ever play Superman.
Yeah, we know. But like, there's one Lex Luthor.
John Cryer is a better Lex Luthor than Mike Rosenbaum. Come on.
Oh, no, I
haven't seen him yet, but how dare
is John Cryer in Supergirl?
Yeah, and he's not. That's wrong. I'm sorry. He's not better than Rosenbaum.
I've never watched Supergirl.
I hate him as Ducky. The only role I've ever liked John Cryer in is in Supergirl, and it's not pre-Crisis. It's post-Crisis.
John Cryer was better as Lex Luthor.
No, it's both. It's both pre.
He was terrible beforehand. He's only good after.
John Cryer is.
I didn't like John Cryer's scene where he went back to the Kent farm with Tom Welling. That scene was god awful. Stupid.
John Cryer was better as Lex Luthor's assistant in Superman 4.
Michael Rosenbaum has been good since scene 1, though. It wasn't
one. The first 30 seconds you see him, I'm like, I love this Lex.
John Cryer was.
You see Rosenbaum's descent into madness. Like you see it. Like he's.
I love Michael Rosenbaum. I think he's a great character.
It's the way
Smallville butchered every superhero origin story that ever existed. They literally whacked them all. Not one of them is accurate. They fucked them all up.
Kelsey's eyes is like, what?
No.
The rage building in me right now.
One at a time. I can't hear everybody's turn. I can't hear anybody because everybody's talking. Everybody's talking. Let me say real quick. I'll just throw something in there. It's like that. I say Smallville wasn't trying to make the origins. They were trying to make their own origins.
Yeah, but they fucked up all the comic book ones. And I grew up in comic book stores.
But that's what I'm saying. But they weren't trying to do those comic book origins. They were trying to do different origins.
Not enough to make them real.
No,
I would have been okay with it.
See, the problem with that is if you find out what WB did to that show, you find out they had shit to deal with. Like they were going to put Barry Allen in the show, but then W is like, no, you're not. Yeah. You're gonna put another because they had Barry Allen script out. They had a Barry Allen script out, and they were gonna introduce him in Smallville. And
but Bart Allen's worse because you can't have Bart Allen unless you have both of those.
No, you're right. See, that's the issue, Joe. WB at the 11th hour was like, no, we're making a Flash movie. You can't use Barry Allen.
They didn't make somebody else. What bugs about all this shit?
Yeah.
I wish that they just had one person. Like if they had Kevin Feige, it all would have went so much better.
Yeah.
That's why right now it works with Greg Berlanti.
The Arrowverse with Greg Berlanti. The Arrowverse works a lot
better. No,
better.
It's called the Berlantiverse now.
It's Arrowverse.
I hate his fucking universe more than anything. I've never seen such vitriol against characters where people are like, oh, any strong woman that's in the Arrowverse, people are boycotting them. Like, no, fuck that bitch. We don't need her. I'm like, no, it's okay for women to be strong characters. It's not
That is my one issue with Smallville is I have a very hard time with most female characters. I love Lois Lane. I love Lois Lane. I hate Lana. I hate Chloe.
About Clark. It's only how people react to Clark. Everybody else.
People without Smallville, though, there is no Arrowverse, and no one talks about that.
You're right.
Everyone praises Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell praises Tom Welling, though. He says without Tom, you don't get Arrow.
I like Justin Hartley.
I like Charlie Zero.
I don't like. He's the only. You know how they got Justin Hartley?
How?
They filmed the Aquaman.
They
filmed Aquaman. They filmed Aquaman, the TV pilot.
Never existed.
Yeah, the TV pilot. They filmed Aquaman, and the only good thing that came out of that TV pilot was like, that Justin Hartley's good at the Green Arrow. Let's take him and put him in Smallville, and let's scrap Aquaman because Aquaman.
And now Aquaman.
Can you put Stephen Amell's abs over my face? Is that possible?
Put what?
Stephen Amell's abs over my face.
Oh my! Watching him do with the ladder thing.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh God!
I liked season 1 of Arrow.
I love
season 1 and 2.
Exactly.
Season 1 and 2 are really good.
And then I just like completely like fell off because I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, you like
Season 5
versus DC TV because the DC universe went being
Yep. That's all of us watching Arrowverse for season 1 and 2.
It's actually pretty accurate. Oh, that's exactly what I asked for. Thank you.
I mean, like I personally
it wasn't word for word, but that was actually what I wanted.
Go ahead, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I personally liked every season of Arrow. I kind of wish that they'd managed to go along the Suicide Squad, actually calling them Suicide Squad, but because of the movie, they couldn't.
Yeah, they call them like Task Force X, something like that.
Task Force.
I'm mad that Michael Jai White couldn't be Bronze Tiger in the movies because of that. Because I wanted, he was the best part of that whole thing.
No, he could still be Bronze Tiger. They haven't introduced him in the movies.
They wouldn't let him.
Another issue I have
now
with
they could.
Arrow
They'll just bring him in. They'll bring him in.
It's basically Batman. Like they use so many Batman villains on Arrow.
Batman's upbringing. That's what they did. The League of Assassins. All of that was literally
Deathstroke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, like they literally every Batman story. You're right.
That's what he is in the comics anyway, too. Pretty much. I mean, Green Arrow is not much different than Batman in the comics.
They're both rich men they're both rich boys who are mentally scarred and broken, and they're crazy. They're crazy people. Batman needs fucking therapy.
Him
and Arrow need therapy. Him and Oliver.
My next book is the Batman psychology book. I'm super excited about it.
No, dude, like Batman he's crazy. He's crazy.
Yes.
No one talks about like how that man's a legit maniac.
So let me ask you
I love Batman. Batman's awesome. Like, no, Batman.
If you could change one comic to make it one way you want it to be, what comic book would you change and how? Because I would make Harley Quinn Superman psychologist, and a lot of things would just fuck up from there. Like,
Batman psychologist.
No, I want her to be Superman psychologist, and I want him to go through all the like Batman's a much better series for psychological revelations of characters, whereas Superman's more like, oh, you're good or you're bad, and we're just gonna deal with it. If they could cross those over and have the Batman psychological issues, which what Bright did. Bright was so underrated as a movie. I love
Bright.
Bright or Brightburn?
Brightburn. Yeah, I was about to like Bright, the one with the horse.
Not the Will Smith movie.
That's the one that was done by I think James Gunn's cousin or brother.
Yeah,
his brother or something.
Dude, James Gunn, bro, that dude.
He's fucked up in the head.
No, he's fucked up in the head. But then, like he made the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
some D-list comic book villain. Heroes.
Psychotic people are geniuses, and vice versa.
And they're A-listers now. Like
I'm so excited for his Suicide Squad. Nobody is better set to do a Suicide Squad.
I never wanted to see another Suicide Squad movie until I heard his lineup for the Suicide Squad.
He picked the most obscure character.
I love it so much.
Polka Dot Man. Polka Dot Man.
No. Fuck Polka Dot Man. The man brought Weasel. He's like, I want Weasel. I want Weasel.
Played by his brother.
Chelsea was excited no matter what the characters were announced. It took me till they announced them all till I got excited.
Ratcatcher too. Nah, those are like James Gunn characters.
Like, absolutely.
James Gunn is
like if you think of Guardians of the Galaxy, you think of Guardians of the Galaxy, those are James Gunn people.
Yeah,
he made those D-listers A-listers. Like everyone knows Rocket.
Batista will murder anybody for James Gunn. If somebody's like, "Yo, James Gunn, I'm gonna steal your wallet," Batista's gonna show up at their house and take that shit back.
Power bomb him.
Like, he will murder people. He
just told him.
I didn't know
what
that.
Do you want to do?
Level of devotion. I've never seen that before. I've been in a lot of relationships. Nobody's loved me that much.
I have a prediction. John Cena gets shot in the head first.
Oh, he's definitely died first scene.
Or Davidson.
I feel like there's
every big name is gonna die in the first scene.
Hey, you know what's weird about Pete Davidson? You know what character he's playing?
He got a giant penis. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's also true. That's also
a fact.
That's also a fact. That is actually a fact. That's a fact.
Oh, stop it.
That's a fact.
I love Pete Davidson.
He plays Dark Knight.
So hot. I don't know why.
And that character is a Booster Gold villain.
Yeah, he is.
He's a Booster Gold villain, bro.
You can't do Gold though because he's too OP.
Fuck,
maybe.
Dude, kill Booster Gold.
Superman's too OP.
I really just want.
And Booster Gold isn't OP. He's a bumbling security guard who just stole futuristic technology. He don't know how to use that shit. He's from the future, but he's a bumbling security guard.
He's kind of an idiot a little bit. My favorite. I love in the Harley Quinn Batman movie, the animated one, where like he calls them and they're just like, "We do not want to hang out with Booster Gold." You know?
Dean Morgan is a good point in the chat. You can't shoot John Cena because you can't see him.
That's true.
Kelsey will be seeing Booster Gold very soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I just had to what season was that? Because I know he's on.
Yeah. Dude, I was on season 5 and I was like, yeah, season 5. And like Kelsey's like, oh, I'm starting Smallville. I was like, oh, that's great, Kelsey. And then like last week, I was like, I'm on season 8 now. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm at season 9.
The hell? I'm still on 5, Buck. I'm still on 5. And Kelsey's like,
my life has been taken over by Smallville.
Yeah, Kelsey's like, oh yeah, I just finished season 8. I was like,
so you got Kara now, right? You have Kara.
I'm Kara
or her?
Oh,
Kara.
Sorry, Kara.
No, Kara is at end of season 7. 5, right? 7.
Well, she's mainly on 7. She comes in a little bit in 8.
Yeah, she's introduced.
Listen,
early on.
it's a Buck show.
Well, it's a fake version of her
There's
earlier
a fake.
on.
No, yeah, the fake version with who plays Andrea Miss Perkins from John Wick.
Yeah,
Andrea
Barbara
Palecki.
Palecki.
We
That's right.
put out a warning that that bitch who played Chloe,
Allison Mack.
None of us support her decisions in life, and
no. Well,
Oh man,
I don't know.
don't
Kelsey
not
seems to
support-
like sex cult things. So.
I don't not support sex cults, but not the way they did it.
Kelsey supports consensual sex cults.
I support consensual sex
Yes,
cults.
exactly.
And branding people. She's definitely going to brand
Eyes-
people.
And branding's
Eyes-
fine as long as everyone's okay with it.
Yeah, eyes wide shut. Not everyone's eyes are shut. Never wide.
Those eyes are wide open.
I was watching. That's what Philippe's reaction.
Yeah,
I don't know why he had to put
Yeah,
it
no, y'all want to see? Y'all want to see
himself. He wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my bad.
this is almost as big of a tradition as like everyone leaving when I show up. It's also like the times when people don't leave. The conversation just like goes into something where I have nothing to contribute. Like I haven't seen Smallville since I was like 12.
But can you contribute to the sex cult conversation? It's
Oh
moved
yeah,
on.
for sure. That I'm all caught up with.
Have you ever been a part of one?
Which character do you hate more, Chloe or Lana?
Still Chloe, but Lana's close second now.
Yeah, the first couple seasons she's not so bad, and then they did something weird with her character.
Okay, so Ferris had a good question, Kels,
What was my question?
about the sex cult. Have you ever been involved in one?
Have you ever been involved in one?
I have
Anybody?
not been invited.
No.
I am taking invitations. Hit me
I'm
up.
going to slide into your DMs right now.
Fidelio. Fidelio.
Philippe, have you ever been in a sex cult?
I cannot comment on that.
Can I comment?
Lawyers have an opportunity to
It's a lot of
remain silent.
NDAs.
Oh yeah, very.
Yeah.
I know, Malcolm. I know you had up a sex cult. Come on.
Come on,
No,
man.
we banned all sex cults from New Zealand.
Amen. Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
I'm from Sweden. All of Sweden is a big sex cult. So
So I got to move to Sweden. Got it.
Amen. Amen. Midsummer is in Sweden. So
exactly, and I just started because
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
supposed to.
I'm gonna head out.
Take care, Buck. Take care. Have a good night.
Talk to you guys later.
yeah.
I'm supposed to watch, like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be my first Ingmar Bergman movie ever for class in like an hour, and like I started it, and in the first like 20 seconds, it's just like a big like erect penis on screen. I'm like, what? Like in the credits, it just like flashes up and then it's gone. And I'm like, oh, well, okay.
Wait. What
What
film
movie
is
is
this?
Persona.
I'm never watching that film. Look at that.
Kelsey,
my
Uh,
work
dude, you know.
Kelsey's doing
Okay,
after.
I was gonna.
Streams
Yeah.
of.
No, I'm
Dude.
going to Smallville. We all know I'm going to Smallville. Okay.
Oh man, Rachel Silverstein tried to tell me to watch this one film from 2000 featuring Jennifer Lopez. And
Any film
Cell?
feature General Lopez.
yeah,
will win.
the Cell. She was like, you should watch that. First. I was
I
like,
gotta watch the sound.
Listen,
and I was
it's not
like-
a good
I was like,
movie, but you should definitely watch
I
it.
like it.
I watched the trailer and I was like, yeah, nah,
It's like somebody telling you to watch
not
Intrepid.
happening. Not
Nobody's
happening.
telling you it's a good movie.
You still
not
gotta see
happening.
it though.
Not
I
happy.
actually liked it a lot. I liked it quite a bit.
And then they did that.
It's
Like,
not a bad movie, but
they did a
not what I watch.
slow mo like Michael Bay shot where like Michael Bay like rotates the camera, but like it was the people who were like hooked from their back, and they see the skin.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, nah, I'm gonna stick.
Watch out.
I'm gonna stick
I've
to
seen
my
that in
mission.
person, guys. It's very interesting.
I'm gonna stick to my action movies. I watched Ghost Protocol last week for the
Hold on,
first time.
Ferris. Hold on 1 second, Ferris. Did you say you saw that in person,
You
Kelsey?
saw that in person?
I met my ex-husband at a fetish party thing. Yeah, I've seen everything you could think of. I've seen like people doing it. Other parts of the
Kelsey, do me a favor. Just talk later. All right, go.
I almost like.
I used to dance in a cage at a fetish club. Like that was my job for like 6 months, and then I sold sex toys at a fetish club for another 6 months. And then my ex-husband be quit because
Full disclosure, I spent a year and a half doing acid and ecstasy.
Not shocked.
No, like at the same time, every day for a year and a half. I will not talk about sexual escapades that I've had because I don't really feel like it's fair to bring people into things that they don't remember doing. So
See, the wildest thing I've ever done was drink soy milk.
The wildest thing I've ever done is talk to ferrets.
I did.
Never
I tried.
No. I'm drinking milk out of somebody's
That
backside.
shit was wild, man. And I was
Same
like,
thing
you
as
know
oat
what?
milk.
You know what? I'll just go back to my full fat flavored red top. So
Dude, now all I do is just work out and walk. So I mean,
I just watched Smallville.
You know what, man?
Days are over. Sadly.
I used to be crazy. Now I'm really good.
See, now with me, my motto is
I grew.
Whatever they're doing in bed is none of your business. So don't judge. Whatever they're doing.
Oh, I never judge anybody.
Like we all know that Paul likes getting pegged. I don't judge him.
No, Penn just like Paul likes mustache rides.
I don't judge
Paul
him.
doesn't like getting
One time, Ferris. One.
Paul
One
and
time
Malcolm
doesn't
just
make
like
it a trend.
mustache rides.
It's called experimenting.
Look at those mustaches. Those are solid mustaches.
That is. This is
Wait,
really.
Paul, what shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing the. Where's the belts? Oh, like it looks like a Cobra Kai shirt, though, right?
I thought you were wearing a Cobra Kai shirt.
That's why he
Team
talks shit the
Action.
whole time.
That's an old.
Ferris was just talking shit the whole time.
I literally no, because I thought he was wearing a Cobra Kai shirt because I saw like some Cobra Kai shirts on Amazon and I was gonna buy them, but then I started buying like 4, then 5, and the price kept going up and up. And I was like, you know what?
I'm good.
This isn't Confessions of a Shopaholic. Let me feel back here. It was like $30 worth of shirts. So I was like, you know what? No, let me relax.
All right, so you were talking about. By the way, I cut you off. Mission Impossible Protocol.
I gotta be honest. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I finally rewatched it the first time since I watched it in theaters, and dude, it fucking holds up, bro.
I think it's an underrated.
So I've watched from that one on, and I've sparingly watched the first 3. I've watched 1 fully, but 2 and 3 I've watched in bits and pieces, never the full thing through, and I can say that is my second favorite franchise of all time. It's just insane. And every time Tom Cruise is on scene, on camera, terrible. And he's doing something, he makes you think.
Wait, what's your number 1 franchise of all time?
We know that.
That's why your opinion doesn't matter about your second favorite franchise. Sorry. I got confused. My bad.
So you need Tom Cruise is on camera. You're like, is this real?
Yeah, he probably is.
This?
Probably is.
It's so it's like probably 90%. He is. He did just throw himself at a car.
Yeah, that's true.
So the difference.
I would actually agree with that.
Wait. The difference between my ratings and their ratings are, I don't consider a movie series from the 70s to be part of the same movie series from the 90s. I separate those. I separate the modern Apes trilogy from the old school Apes trilogy. They're not one movie trilogy, one movie series.
The modern one, I prefer the modern one. The modern one's great.
Those 3 movies are the greatest trilogy of any. If you have to add everything else, Star Wars passes it. But without adding other movies on, there's no better trilogy. The OT trilogy of Star Wars is slightly less good than the current Apes trilogy, in my opinion.
Lord of the Rings.
I know Paul doesn't agree because his face looks like he just smelled my farts. I didn't even fart in his house. I farted all the way over here, so I know he didn't smell that shit, but he felt it.
I did smell it from
I mean, he's the closest to you right now, so it would reach.
He might be the closest to. Actually, Ferris might be closer.
No, Ferris.
I don't live in New York.
He's
No,
open.
but New York's a huge state. People don't understand
I
how
don't-
far
I
Paul
don't-
is from my actual house. You are probably closer to me than Paul is. If we're
definitely.
actually measuring distance.
I didn't feel it would be closer because he's like from Sweden. So like,
No, yeah, from Sweden, that's definitely closer.
It's
Paul
closer
Crater at
than other
Boston,
parts of New
actually.
York. Okay.
Yo, somebody just offered me not to get into sports. I won't draft a quarterback in the first 5 rounds in any draft I've ever been in. But somebody just traded me Patrick Mahomes for Melvin Gordon and Ruggs and another receiver. So I just got Patrick Mahomes in a league that I was already predicted to win just for free. And people just-
but did you
That's
I'm
awesome.
nodding like I know these names.
That's amazing. That's such a good trade. Such a good trade. As the resident sports ball
to
expert
be honest,
here,
Kelsey, you just said the exact right things without even trying. You're 100% right. Because if anybody said anything wrong about that, I'd laugh in their face.
Did I don't
just
know
won the
why
league based on
but
one move.
I hate fantasy football.
Really?
I don't like it. I don't know
I
why.
like fantasy football if I play with real players. who
All I
play.
know is that I auto drafted my league for Gucci, and I'm scheduled to beat Gucci first week.
Paul, I don't think you understand. Gucci,
Oh, that's it.
I don't play.
You're the reason who took my. You're the person who took my spot.
Gucci ain't good. I should have joined the league. I would have beat everybody. What I've been doing.
There was a chance in Jader with Mike Deacon league.
Yeah,
I'm in that league.
You're in that league.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mike Deacon's a good
I
guy.
also threw my picks because
I like Mike Deacon.
I love Mike Deacon, but what I'm saying, I'm
Hey,
anything I
don't tell him I said that, okay?
I won't say that.
Don't tell him I said that.
I
I
won't.
won't show him the video at all.
Me and Mike Deacon are
And personally send it to him.
we're
Definitely not gonna happen, don't worry.
we're mortal enemies that he doesn't know.
I'll be a mortal enemy, Ferris.
He doesn't know.
I don't have a mortal enemy. I feel left out.
I only drink.
I can help you. I can help you find one.
Yes, please
Oh,
help me
I'll
find
be
one.
mortal
Alright.
enemy, Kelsey. Can we be mortal
All
enemy?
right. Okay.
Okay, we can be mortal enemies. That sounds like a good idea.
I'm
Yay,
never gonna
mortal
get mad at you,
enemy.
though.
Yeah.
I can't be mean to you.
Paul's
I
mortal
can't be mean to
enemy.
you either, so
mean-
we're in a
Him and Jake.
Hey, Brandy.
Him and Jake are mortal enemies. Him and Paul.
But I'm
Paul
going
and
to win every league I'm in.
We love you, Brandy.
Yo, wait a minute. I have Saquon Barkley, and I got Patrick.
burning hell, Dan.
And I think that I'm going to win my league now. Because
Get you, Caleb.
why would you give somebody who had Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley Patrick Mahomes without trading either one of those players?
I have no idea.
Yeah, right.
I have no
I
idea.
just won my entire league. It's not even a joke anymore. Like I literally was just handed a league, and they're like, everyone's like, "That's not fair." I'm like, I didn't ask him for Patrick Mahomes. Somebody offered me Patrick Mahomes.
I slowly.
mean, Dick did not accept.
Ooh, okay, Joe. What league are you in, and who did this?
I'm in like 5 leagues a year, but it's
Okay, then.
the league. I gave him Ruggs. Ruggs is my favorite. All right, now ready? I'm already blowing myself up for the league we have to draft tomorrow, but Ruggs is my favorite player in the entire draft.
Oh, all right.
Okay, cool. All right, so
You know who Ruggs is? You know what I'm talking about?
I know who Ruggs is. Full Henry Ruggs the third, the starting.
Number one receiver.
Joe. I said I know.
Kelsey knows. No, I'm
I
talking
know, of course.
I get all my information from Kelsey.
Nobody talking to you. I'm talking to Kelsey.
The only reason I'm not in any leagues is I don't want to embarrass you all, so I've stepped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
American.
it's exactly why I don't do fantasy football either.
So,
Out of my kindness and my heart, I want you guys to have a shot. So
And then Philip is going to be my spokesman, and that's how we're going to work this whole league.
Oh,
Oh
sure.
yeah.
It's
Because
clearly not going to be
me
me.
talking about American football always ends well.
That's
There's
true. We
never
had legendary chats with the league about
Yeah,
that. Not
and
very
no one's ever upset.
Just say what I say, and
No
you'll
one
be.
ever gets their toes stepped on.
I just need you to acknowledge what I say and repeat it. That's
All right. Well,
Make
you know
the
what, guys?
problem. I
I
won't.
think we could probably end on that. I'm getting a little bit late for me. It's going to be 4:30 in the morning. Love you all. I
I'll go
do.
watch
You
Smallville.
have to watch Marvel. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
I'll go
We'd
play
like-
Marvel's
I'm
Avengers.
proud of myself for not being as drunk as I usually am when I get on your show.
2
I'm
hours,
pretty
40
good.
minutes.
Words.
2 hours and 40 minutes in. Ferris, where do you want people to find you if they can, if you want them to, or maybe you don't want them to? No?
Let's get ready to shoot
Ready to go talk down? You know,
with your
Oh
host,
yeah.
Eric
Let's-
Matana.
I'm on. Let's get ready to talk Schmodown podcast every Fridays. Watch me.
Nobody
Justin,
talks Schmodown as good as
and
Ferris.
we yell at each other. You know,
a lot. That's true.
yeah,
And should.
yeah. We tried not to offend anybody.
Should go.
You don't want to offend anybody.
Should wants me to come on. He wants me to play. He wants to come back on, and so I can yell at you again. I guess supposedly. So we'll find out. Maybe we will.
I'm pretty sure.
Hire me to make your voiceovers.
All right, Malcolm. Where can they folks find you?
You can find me over on Take 3. We are host Late Night Take 3 every Friday nights. I don't think I'm doing one this week because it'll be clashing with Schmodown. But you can also find me doing Rankum on Saturday nights. This week is going to be top 12 A24 movies.
Oh, sweet. That's
A24. See, now they're amazing. Yeah.
How many movies?
What about you, brother? Where can the folks find you, Philippe?
Well, nowhere. I'm on Twitter, but I usually tweet in Swedish. So
yeah,
that's why I
didn't realize. So you're fine.
Now I get it. It's just not in the right language. I can't even fucking decipher that shit.
Yeah.
It makes sense now. I thought I was following him, and then they're like, "Oh, random words." I was like, "I don't know random words, bro. Sorry."
Nah, it's fine.
All right, Joseph. Where can people find you?
The Prince That Was a Promise, done pretty much everything. But if anybody ever needs voiceovers, just let me know. I can do anything you want.
Definitely. Kelsey, my girl, where can we find you?
Find me on Call to Action. You can find me at KelseyKins90 on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my artistic. Yes, that thing.
It's called Kelsey Will Arrive.
There you go. Look at that.
Woo! You can also find me at Miss Queenkins on Instagram. It's my artistic cosplay Instagram.
But in the end, there will still be one PLD standing tall amongst the rest. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell. There will be only one chance to do so.
That's true. Well, you probably do it every time you pop on, but close enough. You found me on Call to Action with
do it every time you pop on.
Action Industries. You can find me a lot of different places.
Oh yeah. You can find me on Class Action. I'm the new co-host, by the way.
The new co-host at Class Action. All right,
Ferris is on.
What I do a fast.
Let's get ready to Schmodown.
We do a Fast and Furious episode. I will definitely have Ferris on.
Justin Hamilton.
Probably do closer when we do
Sugar.
When Fast 9 comes out, we'll do something with Fast and Furious.
I'll see you next year then.
Oh, wait a minute. Can Ferris and my son play with cars on a track and just pretend that it's a real Fast 9 movie? Because I would pay for that. I'm good with that.
Amen.
You guys just literally race toy cars around a track for 2.5 hours.
Amen.
And you guys say like family and Corona a lot.
You'll have to tie one to a rope and string it around your head.
How much you want? You want like $150 to do it? I'll pay it. I just need you to show up and play with cars for an hour and a half.
I'm not playing with your fucking kid, Joe. I'm not gonna.
That's racist. My kid's a good person, man. Why you gotta hate on him for no reason? You don't even know him. You're so hateful.
All right, that's enough. I've had enough. I can't do no more. It's too
I'm
much.
sorry, Paul.
It's too much. No, it's okay. I'm just tired. I can't do more. But yeah, like I said, you can find me all those different places. I will tease one thing. I'll tease that Class Action. I haven't announced this anywhere yet. The Jarvie and I.
The free-for-all thing, though, I will be there and just talking shit to literally everybody without trying to.
Okay. I haven't talked to this anyway. Jarvie and I are talking. We're going to try to do. We think we're going to do.
I want to just talk shit about both of your choices.
Groundhog Day versus what's that fucking movie from this year? Andy Samberg one.
Oh, Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs versus. Thank you. I couldn't remember the hell. We're gonna do Palm Springs versus Groundhog Day. I think that's what we're gonna do. We haven't quite solidified that, but
that's not an action movie though.
We don't do that. We don't do all action movies. We did like fucking Kevin Costner baseball movies. So we try to branch out. We're good. We're good.
I think that Palm Springs is like 10 times better than Groundhog Day.
Well, wow, that's a good go. We'll see.
Come on and just talk shit.
All right, guys. Take care. Love you. Have a good night.
Thank you for having me on, bro.
Of course, brother.
Appreciate it.
Of course, brother. Of course.
I don't hate kids, Dean. Jesus.
Yeah,
you hate my kid. Fuck you. You won't even let you.
Yeah.